Overall TRMZ left.
Searching for resemblance to a time when all was fair, the world was mine, there was passion in the air.
Hello everyone, I hope you're good. Bum cheese, you're disengaging productivity protocols, are you? That doesn't sound clever. Good morning. Team Mango, thanks for coming in. Cheers for the 15. Crickle, thank you very much as well. Sorry, Cricko, I don't know where I got the L from. I think I've done that before. Let's get started. I've done my monthly banking this morning. I'm in a really good mood. Do you know why? Because I've just realised the Marriott hotel that I stayed in has charged me twice for my stay. The fuckers. I've just sent them a snotty thing. I'm sure they'll sort it out, but they've charged me twice at the moment for the same stay. So I'm very happy. Havada, how are you doing? Thank you for the 20 months. Kozabov, thank you as well. So I didn't stream yesterday. There was a chance I was going to, but I took Maggie to the zoo.
Thanks for the entertainment, brother. Much love, TRMZ Live.
So Maggie's actually gone to my mum's for the day today because she's going to play with a spaniel all day. She's quite looking forward to it. So my sister and husband and kids are down with all of her family. They're down for about 5 days, and they've got a dog. They've got a cocker spaniel. I'm going to turn the music off. Seems loud. I don't know if my headphones are loud or what. But anyway, yeah, they've got a cocker spaniel, and that's at my mum's house for the day. And they've all gone to London. So Maggie was like, "I really want to go to Grandma's when the dog's there." So she's basically going to spend all day today playing with her dog, which is very good for her. She's quite excited about that. So that'll be good. Where is the server? I can't actually find the server in it. Bear with me a second. We might not be able to do Deerisle. I can't fucking find it. What's going on? That doesn't make no sense. Right, let's try the official launcher. 4 a.m. here, West Coast America land. Meast, yeah, 4 a.m. I feel like I'm still on San Diego time myself, so I'm like, not that I think it's 4 a.m., but I went to bed last night about, I don't know, 1:30, 2. I was up about 7:30. I didn't sleep brilliantly well. I haven't slept well since I got back. I'm just not getting back into my regular schedule. I don't know why I can't find the... Oh, there it is. I don't know why it wasn't on that DayZ launcher for some reason, but I found it. That's good. So yeah, I am very, very early today. Now, there's a bit more. I have a dentist appointment at 3:20, right? So I've set an alarm for 2:30 because I've got to stop. I've got to go to the dentist. So this is not necessarily guaranteed. There might only be one stream today, but if all goes well at the dentist, my plan is to come back and stream another 3 or 4 hours. So I might do about 3 hours-ish now, go to the dentist, and then come back and do about 3 hours-ish later. That's in an optimum kind of way. That's what I want to do. However, there is a few caveats to that, like whether he does anything to my teeth that means it hurts. You know, we'll see how it goes. Ricky, you're the second person to mention productivity decrease, and I'm starting to get a bit of a guilt complex about it all, dude, if I'm honest. Come on, mate, about 60 seconds until I find another video to watch. Atlas J, it's a stream. Fuck off if you don't want to watch a stream. It's okay. It's a stream, right? It's not a video. If you want to watch a video, go and fucking watch one. If you want to watch a stream, come on in. Fuck me dead. If you're going to go because you're bored, you're going to go because you're bored at some point, dude. It's a stream. We're going to talk a lot of shit. Sometimes some DayZ will happen. There's no drama in what I just said, by the way, but it's just a fact. So chill out or watch a video. Either which way, I'm grateful for both. Right, I need to suicide because I'm the wrong guy. Can you do it with that? Yes. Head Topper, thank you for the membership. Cheers for the support. BFG, thank you. Dragon Cobra, thank you very, very much. Yeah, but there are no good vids. Well, I think there's a few good vids, actually. Right. There we go. Right, different spawn. I think we're on slightly on the other side of town. Hi, John. Yeah, I am early. I am early. I've shit the bed. No, I haven't. Which bit of the town is this? Well, that's obviously... okay. Got some more houses to the right, or is that it? Let's just get down to those houses in front for now and just see if we can find a little bit of standard crap. Gotta admit, I kind of missed you yesterday. Spectre, well, thank you for coming in today. That's the main thing, right? Well, that's good. That's pretty useful. So you know it's early, right? Because I'm drinking coffee. Like when I start my stream normally, it's after lunchtime, right? So I'm never a coffee drinker on stream. Right now I've got a great big mug of coffee. I can't drink tea this early in the morning. You met a guy who's from the real Deerisle, Maine. As a Brentford fan, I'm shocked at the lack of Liverpool chat this week. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's just one of those things, you know. We've been busy. To be fair, Liverpool are shocking at the moment. I'd much rather they weren't. I'm struggling really to be too bothered. Like I know that sounds really stupid, but they won the league last year. All right, Liverpool won the league last year, and so yes, it's bad right now. It's a bit of a hiccup, and there's a bump in the road. But the squad is amazing. I think it'll turn out okay in the long run. You know, it's a blip. I think it'll be okay. I'm not saying they'll win the league, but I think they'll finish in the top 2 or 3. They might still challenge for the title. They might not, but who cares? They won it last year, and for a Liverpool fan, that's pretty good. I know they win quite a lot of things, but it took a long time from the early 90s or whatever until Klopp's first title, right? So it's hard to be too upset, you know. It's not like Graham Souness is the manager and we've just signed Nigel Clough, you know. It could have been... sorry, Nigel Clough. He seemed like a lovely man, but I just mean that there's Phil Babb, Nigel Clough, John Scales, and then finish like 8th in the league, you know. Like, we're not quite in those era. Jamin, thank you for the prime. Cheers for the support, dude. Thank you. You think you should fire Slot and get Rodgers in? Fuck off.
TRMZ cool.
I have to say, I think it looks fairly poor on the director or the owner of Celtic, who came out all guns blazing. You know, like I think that was potentially a mistake. If Rodgers fairly much keeps his cool, he's looking a lot better in my book than the club is. You know, Celtic sold lots of players in the summer. They didn't recruit appropriately, and now they're trying to throw the manager under the bus because he's kind of been a bit pissed off at exactly what I just said. You know, like. How's the healthy eating going? Did the USA have much of an effect on it? It really didn't, Moffat. No, it's going great. This is actually crazy, but I lost 6 pounds in the time I was away, which doesn't make any sense, but it's definitely not wrong because I've checked my scales. I've been weighing myself like every day, and it's not gone back on. So in the time I was away in San Diego, I actually lost weight. I didn't put it on. Oh, they're ACP. But we were skipping meals. I was drinking quite a lot of alcohol, but we were walking. Like one day I did 21,000 steps, for example. You know, like we did a hell of a lot of walking. We missed several meals. Like on Friday and Saturday, I missed a main meal. Like I only had lunch or I only had dinner. nothing in between, really. You know, like. So yeah, I don't think I actually had too many calories in, and we did a load of walking. Yeah, the DayZ trailer looks good. The DayZ trailer, if you haven't seen it, I don't know if Wobo's put a video out, but I did see the Badlands trailer. It shows several different, a motorbike and some kind of scooter that looks a bit like a Puch Maxi. And it also shows code locks as well. So it looks like there's some improvements to vehicles coming, but also some improvements to base building as well, which is very, very, very good news, I think. It looks very, very positive. I was really chuffed to see it. I personally think something like motorbikes makes more sense for the game than helicopters does. Helicopters are fun, but they're actually like something that can allow you to get off the coast a little bit quicker, like a moped, for example, is much more useful than a helicopter that only the highest geared end-game squad gets. Because the helicopter always goes to it's like the Rust King squad gets the heli. The lad that's growing his hair till United get 5 wins in a row. Well, maybe. They have turned a little bit of a corner, haven't they? Yeah. They have turned... It will happen sooner or later, but... What are their next 2 games? It could, Luke. Yeah, hello, by the way, dude. Yeah, like, if you could, like, spawn in, I don't know, let's say you spawn in Solnichi and then you get lucky and you get a moped going, right? How cool would that be? Jonky, how you doing? Jonky Tonky, hope you're well. Yeah, I was looking forward to streaming. In theory, this is a week off for me, right? Kind of, because Maggie's here. But I streamed Sunday, I streamed Monday. I'm going to be on today possibly twice, but definitely once, because I'm here right now. And I'm hoping to stream on Friday afternoon when Maggie's getting picked up kind of lunchtime-ish. Maybe a bit earlier, maybe a bit later, but anyway. In theory, I'm trying to get on... that just reminded me, I needed to message someone. Yeah, in theory, I might be able to stream Friday. So for a week off, I might actually fit 4 streams in. Obviously, that's not a week off, but I'm quite pleased about that, because the San Diego week, I obviously... I didn't stream at all, so being able to stream a bit this week would be good. Yeah, the bikes will absolutely fucking kill you, Priestify, as you say. Like, you'll get a bike and you'll be like, great, I can make it to, I don't know, wherever you want to go. The Northwest Airfield really quick, this is going to be amazing. But what you'll actually make it to is a respawn because you hit a tree branch or you took a turn too quick and ended up under the map because of a rock or something. You can see that coming, right? But that's all part of the charm of DayZ. It's fine. I think code locks will be a really big deal for the game, right? They're like a three number or even a 4 number bike lock is not particularly hard to break for a patient player. It's certainly on a 3 lock one, a 3 keypad one, for example. There's only 999 combinations in there, so it's actually quicker to just stand there and try every combination than it is to go and raid it, you know, like to go and loot grenades and blow it up. So it should never be the case that it's quicker to just fudge it by guessing the number than it is to go and raid the fucking thing. What makes this stream a bonus? Shabazz, Maggie is here, my daughter, so strictly speaking I'm on holiday this week. But she's gone to my mum's for the day to spend time with a spaniel. So I'm not really streaming until she goes home. She goes home on Friday. But here I am. I feel like code lock should only work if you have a generator in your base. I don't think so. They're only small things. They'd be kind of battery powered, I'd guess, wouldn't they? You know, like. I guess I don't know. I like having a code lock on a wooden gate is a little bit of almost a contradiction in terms anyway. But for the game, I don't think so. I saw the Brian Bear plushie. Yeah, they're calling it U2s or something, aren't they? Yeah, I also happen to know that Juito was gushing about the Brian Bear the other day as well. Well, yesterday in the DayZ Unite group, she was
Glad
very
you're doing
very
an early
happy
stream
about
so
that.
I can catch you before I go to sleep. Keep on running TRMZ cart TRMZ lab.
That's both stress and metabolism. Metabolism? Yeah. Working in your favour. Hopefully. And we did a lot of walking, like I say. Luke did quite a lot of walking people back to the hotel while they were walking like a snake. Something I found out yesterday that I didn't really remember, but apparently on the first night, we walked. It was Coach Z, Penny, and I think one or two others. Redline. I can't remember exactly who was there, but we were all staying in a hotel. And Penny, Money Penny, who streams, she was staying in a different hotel, and I was quite drunk. And so when we got to Penny's hotel, despite the fact that they'd explained to me that we were walking someone back to the hotel, we got to the hotel foyer, and we walked in, and I just looked around and went, "This isn't my hotel." Why aren't we in our hotel? No, they'd explained to me about 3 times, I think, that we were walking somebody back, and I still hadn't got it. I was like, where are we? Where the fuck are we? This isn't my hotel. Which is quite embarrassing, really, isn't it? But there we go. Oh, dear. I'm impressed that I even recognised it. I'd only checked in the day before. As for my fucking hotel, like I said slightly earlier, they've charged me twice at the moment. They've charged me on the day on the day I checked in, and then they've charged me just slightly less, but pretty much the same amount. So they've charged me on check-in and they've charged me on check-out, basically. So I've got 2. And I've only realised today, because I do banking once a month, so I don't check my business account like daily. There's no point, right? There's not much goes in and out, you know. I get paid by YouTube, I get paid by Twitch, I get paid by PC Specialist, and then I have a few bills, right? But there's not much to do, and I went to do my monthly banking this morning and nearly fucking shit a brick when I realised that it was massively out at the end of the month. Then complained like twice on the way back. Are we there yet, Luke? That doesn't sound right. That definitely sounds like me. Are we there yet? I vaguely remember saying, this is taking fucking ages. Where the fuck are we going? That rings a bell. Maybe they just blocked the amount when you checked in. Maybe they did, but it's still showing as an amount, right? It hasn't come off yet, so that should have happened by now. Like when they put your card through, they should maybe block an amount, but once they finalise it, like the finalised one is dated the 23rd. The blocked one, if that one is dated the 21st. You know, why is it still there? You know, it's now the fucking 29th. So they've had 8 days to unblock it, and they haven't done it. How much did a stay like that run you? It was crazy expensive, dude. It was 5 nights. It was like over $2,000. $2,000 and a bit. But I could have got a cheaper hotel. It was not as expensive as that for most, but I booked it a bit late, so there was hardly any rooms left, and the cost was more than it should have been. So Redline told me what hotel they were staying in, and I just wasn't 100% sure I could go, and so I couldn't book it straight away. I booked the hotel about 6 weeks after everybody else, and by that time there was only a handful of rooms left, and they were more expensive, so I had to pay extra. Post office travel card, that makes sense, Lou. I actually took quite a lot of dollars, and I came back with nearly all of them, which was good. I need to come up with an excuse to go back to America now, I think. It is super early, Michelle. How you doing? I hope you're good. Yeah, I'm not normally on this time, as you know. But I planned to stream today. My rescheduled dentist appointment is this afternoon at 3:20, so it's really frustrating because what I'd like to do is just do a normal stream today, but right in the middle of my day. I've got to go to the dentist, so I'm streaming now. And once I've been to the dentist, if it doesn't hurt, I might carry on for 3 hours or so after as well. I always wanted to go to San Diego Beach. I still haven't seen San Diego Beach. The hotel was right next to TwitchCon by the marina, and we spent most of our time around that area. I went to the gas lamp loads, as did everyone. I went to Little Italy, and I went to I walked up to the park where the Space Museum is, and I went around that Japanese memorial garden. But I only saw Little Italy gas lamp, and then whatever I walked through to get to the park from Little Italy. They're finally taking the last few teeth. No, thankfully not. Hi Jack, you're right, dude. What, you're travelling, are you? Very cool. Well, I hope you're going somewhere nice. So there's dead zombies here, which is not great. There's several dead players as well. They're actually the same player. They're not going to hear, it's fine. They might hear. Hello? No thanks. Why are you're already dead twice there. What happened to you? Alright, there's another guy that killed you, I understand. Well, I just want to cut up one of your bodies to get some hooks, okay? So leave me alone. I haven't got a gun, so it definitely wasn't me. Yeah, he's over that way, I gather. I heard the shots. It's all good though, dude. I'm going to run away. I just need to get some bones, like I say.
Didn't know the dentist treats gout. Love you, bye.
You don't need to stand there and watch me. I can't do it while you're that close, can I? You'll have to jog on now. Be good. Don't die again. Have a good day. Love you, bye. So I think he was trying to tell me that there was a player over that way that had killed him twice. I can't hear the player. No, he's not talking double taps. Yeah, he's a no mic, no life bro. Alright, I'm just gonna fuck it off and
How
go
was
this
your
way.
trip? Hope you're doing good.
How's my trip? It was amazing. It was amazing. It was really, really good. Thank you very much, Starscream. I'm really glad I went. I met some very, very cool people. And Redline. It was, it was. I'm really, really, genuinely made up that I went. I'm really, really glad.
W91 hoodie for £29 and
unless I have a really, really solid reason, I'll be going next year. Jarvis, thank you for buying the merch. Cheers for the support, Starscream. Thank you as well. Rustic, thank you. I didn't know the dentist treats gout. Yeah, I've got... Oh, he's fucking following me. The dentist treats gout of the tooth, which I've got a severe bout of. Bout of gout of the tooth. Right, Steezy, thank you very much. Steezy Steelo, cheers for the Prime. Thank you for using your Prime on my channel. Cryo, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. 5 of them as well. That's crazily kind. Thank you very, 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 very much. Cryo Toast, so that'll be you as well, I reckon. Thank you for the membership. That's very, very kind. Karen, thank you for the 54. Ozzy, thank you very much for the 33.
Give the YouTube stream a like and download the previous stream. It is comforting to see you live. Love you. Bye.
Ah, holy, thank you very much. Yeah, do all the things. I like it, yeah. Your girlfriend had a molar removed last week and had a dry socket. That sounds awful. Went to the dentist at work. I am now in love with her. Is that the sort of thing you should be saying as a fully fledged, loved up man? Is it because she touched you to the face? Went to the dentist yesterday. It sucked. Yeah, I'm not looking. So the reason I've got to go, I've been needing to go to the dentist for a while. I kept having an appointment with my old dentist, and they kept cancelling it. Turns out they're a bit shystery. I think something's going wrong with them, so it's not just me that has the issue. Anyway, I was trying to get in at my old dentist, and it wasn't happening for me. And then on the Wednesday night when I was going to San Diego, so 2 weeks ago today, in the hotel, I managed to bite into something and lose about a third of a tooth. Like on the night before I was flying to San Diego. So I had a bit of a pensive night. I was really worried that I was going to start getting a load of tooth pain and it was going to cause me grief. However, it's an old wound, an old problem that's just like the fix had come off. So really long-term viewers of the stream may remember that I lost about half to a quarter, somewhere like that, third of a tooth, biting into like eating some nuts at Christmas about 7-8 years ago. That repair is the thing that fell off. So nothing else is broken as far as I know. I think the repair just came away. But I was very, very, very worried because I was like, fuck me, what if I start getting toothache and I'm in San Diego? Like, what the fuck? Greaves Dad, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Maybe it wasn't her that was the problem. It could have been you.
Watched too many of your videos while my partner was pregnant. Now our daughter likes to go to sleep while she listens to your voice. TRMZ.
Ah, B&J, that's cool. Thank you for coming in. I hope you and your other half and the little one are all good. My dentist noticed I've got a chipped tooth and said I had to go back to see it. Oh no, I've got to see the new love of my life again. That sounds good. Yeah, you'll be saying to Kate like left and right, oh, I'm really sorry. I've decided I'm thinking I might get implants. I really think maybe tooth veneers are for me. I'm going to go and get a quote and have a long meeting about it. I think, you know, that one grey filling I've got, I think I might ask for it to be changed to a white one, but I just want to talk it over for a few weeks with them. Might get Kate to start knocking out your teeth. If she's reading what she's saying, she's probably going to. You might not have to start. Just get braces. That's true. If you get braces, you have to keep going back, don't you? Maggie's braces going on November the 11th.
Look at this. It's still going. Smile.
Rive. Sorry, I can't believe I've just called you Reeve. That's an old injury. That's an old mistake. That one, isn't it? Rive. I hope all is well. Thanks for coming in, dude. 121 months, no less. Hope all is good, man. Call me Reeve. Fuck me dead. I was making that mistake 121 months ago. Some things just never change, do they? Thank you, dude. That's an incredibly long time. Hope all is good. Yeah, I'm. It's going to be good for Maggie, I think. She's done pretty well with the 4 teeth out that she had. Thankfully, she didn't get dry socket. Which I was like texting her constantly though, make sure you do the saline, like make sure you gargle with salt water, don't forget, you absolutely don't want to forget, trust me, if you forget you might regret it. And I was like really giving her some about remembering, and she seems to have done okay. I am on early green, but I'm only on for about 3 hours for now, and then I might be on a bit later, so it's a bit of a split shift. She had to have the teeth removed for the braces, Shabazz. Yeah, she hasn't got extra teeth, but she's one of her canines in the top of her mouth is not in her gum in the right place because there isn't room for it to come through in the right place. So she's had not the teeth behind the canine, but the one after that. So they're premolars, like kind of halfway back. She's had 4 of them, all 4 removed. Two on the top, left and right, 2 on the bottom, left and right.
I haven't felt pain like this since the Rogers Days terms rip.
Paul, I ain't feeling the pain too badly yet. I'm kind of okay. I'm not okay with it, but because of last season, I'm kind of I'm not struggling with it so much, if that makes sense, you know. But I don't know. Palace are a bit of our bogey team, aren't they? Really, like in a few different ways recently, they've caused us some trouble, like, haven't they?
Hi, Paul. Hope all
Liverpool
is
need to
going
win the
well.
next Premier League game.
We are all good this end, and Henry is doing brilliantly. Almost a year since the op. Been busy playing a lot on a private server with friends with miserable style Winter Cherno and have about 15 nutters on there, teaming up in factions and killing each other and have.
Voik, I'll get to that one
Good
in a
morning,
minute.
have a good run.
I'll get to that in a minute, as well as Salt Monkey. Sexy Bake Off, I'm not going to read the whole message out. I'm really sorry to hear about your mum, dude. That sucks. It's really, really horrible. It's a really horrible thing to go through. Yeah, there's no easy way of saying it, but just making sure you've got as many of your immediate family around as much as you can while it's going through is the best I can. Like, yeah. It's an important thing that you have to do. Like me, my mum and my sister spent a week by my dad's bed before the end, and it wasn't a fun experience. But it's the right thing to do, you know. I hope it goes as well as it can. It's not going to go well, but make sure you've got immediate family around and you're there for each other, you know, dude. Or dude, I should say. Could be either, of course, right? But yeah, I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well in the circumstances. I was actually thinking about that week with my dad and my mum and my sister yesterday quite a bit. But one thing that definitely is true is that you spend a lot less time thinking about that, and a lot more time thinking about the good times fairly quickly within a few months, you know. Right. Thank you very much for coming in, Sexy Bake Off, dude. Where are we at? I'm a chick. Yeah, I thought so, to be honest. That's why I corrected myself, and then I just called you dude again. But in DayZ, dude is for everyone, so it's fine. Dude. Salt Monkey, thank you for the 12 months. I hope it was going well. We're all good this end, and Henry is doing brilliant. Almost a year since the op. Very glad to hear it, Voik. Hope all is going good. Been playing a lot on private server with friends with miserable style Winter Cherno and have about 15 nutters on there. Teaming up in factions, killing each other and having adventures. That sounds cool. Cheers for tuning in, Voik, dude. Yeah, glad to hear that Henry's doing well as well. That's good to know, dude. Thank you. And morning wasted, you're right. And if you meet somebody in DayZ, you call them dude, right? But dude isn't man or guy. Dude is just other person in game you're playing, as far as I'm concerned, right? So it kind of works in a DayZ scenario. Don't get me wrong. I don't call like people dude in the shop, or something. But yeah. Yeah. I was talking to someone about family and whatnot. The last week with my dad was. It would have been nice to have him at home, I guess, but he was in. It was right towards the tail end of all of the regulations and rules for COVID and whatnot, and he had COVID, so he spent his last 5 days in 6 nights, Sunday through to Friday, in a COVID ward, and we had to smoke. The door's open. They've already left. That one we saw. There was a player in the base. Yeah. We had to sit in there wearing face mask, visor, full-on, like, protective wear, like we were in some sort of outbreak movie, which was not. It doesn't make it any worse or better, really, but it was kind of annoying. Snakies, thank you very much for the Prime. Yeah, there was a player at the base. I'm guessing that was related, the fire. I didn't loot all of the sheds. I'm bad at this, aren't I? But I did see the player, and I didn't tell you guys I saw the player, but I just didn't loot any more of the sheds, and I left. Just finished my Deerisle part 2 of you, Milner. Very cool. Thanks for checking out the vids. Right, I think we're going to go and do the summer camps over this way. Before we do anything else. There's 2 summer camps over this way. I want to do those. Maybe I shouldn't, but I think I'm going to anyway. We've got enough time to just get a bit of a start. Hi, Coach. You're right, dude. Oh, you're up early, aren't you? Coach, just out of interest, I'm sure you'll be keen to share with the group. How old are you tomorrow? I hear on the grapevine that it's your birthday tomorrow. 5:25 a.m. Fuck me dead. $38 surely, not really over it. I think that might be correct. Friday is your birthday. So it's actually Halloween is your birthday. I don't know why. I thought it was the 30th. That makes sense, yeah. So I heard on the grapevine, but I misread it. So you're actually 39. Dude, you're not... You've definitely made a mistake there. Never repeat, okay? Happy 38th birthday for Friday. Have I seen the Badlands trailer? I have, Wesley. Yeah, I only watched it once on my phone, but I did spot a few things, obviously. So it looks really positive. We've already talked about it once, but it's really nice that they've released a little teaser that tells us a little bit about what's coming. Where else would you like to visit in America Land? Probably the #1 place would be some of the national parks. Particularly the any areas where there's sequoia trees, so maybe the Sequoia National Park. I really want to see the big redwoods and the areas they're at, and any of those kind of places where there's big lakes and some sort of mountains and stuff. That would be really quite a good thing to do. I think I'd quite like to do that more than anything else. I think I've definitely want to do a trip to a national park or 3. Hi, Bofflond, you're right, dude. Yeah, Sal's around Yosemite now, and yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Like he went to TwitchCon and then immediately went on this amazing trip to go to Yosemite, which is really, really cool. You just did 7 national parks on a summer road trip. That's very cool. I'm not cold, so we don't need that. How was your mum's birthday? That's tomorrow, Alpha. Thank you, though. Yeah, it's tomorrow. So, yeah, I've got a plumber coming in the morning just to fix something with the bathroom. Well, the bath actually. There's something wrong with the plug, the sink, the stopper. We call it a plug, whatever you call it. The thing that stops the water filling up. It's not connecting right, and it's covered under some kind of warranty. So they're just coming to fix that. So I haven't got to do it myself, which is good. But once they've done that, me and my daughter are going off shopping to get her a birthday present, because that's how organised I am. Obviously, I'm buying my mum's birthday present on the day of her birthday. The reality is, it's much easier to do it if Maggie's here, because we're going out for a meal tomorrow night, and my present to her will be the meal, because it's me, my sister and her entire family, and my mum and my daughter. I'll cover the meal, and as a sort of happy birthday thing. And then if I get her a kind of nice present from Maggie, it'll be from me and Maggie, obviously. So Maggie can choose the present, and that's good for grandmas, because my mum doesn't fucking want anything. Like she's paid off a mortgage. She doesn't have any hobbies. She lives vicariously through her grandchildren. So if and I don't mean that in any negative way. That's like a lot of grandparents, right? So if I get her a little ornament that my daughter has picked, it'll matter to her more than anything else because it was picked by a granddaughter, if that makes sense. So that's the plan. Just take Maggie somewhere where she can pick something and let her pick something.
Happy
You know, that's the
months.
plan
Enjoyed
most
the
years,
most
to be honest,
recent
but it
vid.
works
Thought the
pretty
stream
well.
Sniper ban was a funny segment. TRMZ love.
What kind of meal? We're just going to a pub. My mum's there's like just a regular kind of pub that does regular kind of food, but she likes it, and we used to go there a lot with my dad. She still likes going there now, so that we just go to there. We're not going to the Rolex store, no. And trust me, if you walk into a Rolex store and expect to buy a Rolex, you're going to be shit out of luck most of the time, I think, unless you want a two-tone date, just. Biddy, hope you're well. Cheers for the resub, dude. Thank you. The kids quite often get my mum like little ornaments. Like they've bought her a couple of Swarovski crystal ornaments. You know, like they're not like particularly exciting, but because they've picked them, my mum likes them. And she's got a few other like little tiny Lalique glass things, not big ones. Like Lalique is really expensive, but like little tiny ones, like a little bird or something. They're not crazy money. You can get them for less than £100 anyway. You know, so. She's got like lots of little ornaments, so we'll just go somewhere like Chelmsford or Colchester or whatever, I don't know, tomorrow, and she can have a look. I do need that. Have more bullets. Does the stream early mean you won't be on tonight? Well, I'm strictly speaking not on until Sunday. Anyway, Chucky, so hence the fact that it's a bonus stream, so... I may be on this afternoon. I won't be on too late because I've got to get my daughter back from my mum's. What zoo did I go to? Colchester. Colchester Zoo's really good. It's really good. If you're in East Anglia and you've not been, you should go. It's a very good one. I want to sell a Fortis watch. I've never sold one before. Is the place to do it? Chrono 24. I'm in the UK. Possibly. I've never sold a watch on Chrono 24. You can sell watches on eBay. I did sell a couple of watches on eBay back in the day. If you send me a whisper, Jim Bob, like if you've had a look about and you think you know how much it's worth, if you send me a whisper, including what you think it's worth roughly, I might have somebody that I could recommend that might be able to sell it, given that you're based in the UK. But he would sell it on commission, so he'd sell it and then take a small portion of the thing. But if you sell on Chrono 24, they take 5%, right? If someone else is selling it for you, he's going to take a bit more than 5%, but you haven't got any worries because he's going to sell it, which means that if it doesn't work out, as in if the buyer pays with fake money or if the buyer rips him off or whatever, you ain't got any worries. But to be honest, for something like a Fortis, I wouldn't be completely averse to selling on eBay. I think it would be better than Chrono. And the reason for that is that they have this new thing where if you sell a watch, you can send it to eBay, they'll confirm it's real and then send it off to the buyer. So it gives the buyer quite good peace of mind, and it's better for you because you're going to probably pay less fees than you will on Chrono. eBay fees are way too expensive. I don't think eBay don't have any selling fees whatsoever in the UK anymore. So if you sell something like a watch on eBay, you're only going to pay a commission on the sale, and that's it. Mixed Mitchell, I've just gone back and seen your message. Sorry to hear about your grandparents, dude, but it's absolutely not anything that can be blamed on anyone. Like, dementia is something that can happen, you know, like there's no reason for another person to be causing it, you know, like it's just one of those things that's sad. Yeah, Jim Bob, that makes sense. The thing with what they're for sale for, like you say on Chrono or whatever, a lot of people will put things on Chrono and then they just sit there for years and they're just hoping some sap will come along and buy it, right? But yeah, the problem with most things at the moment is unless it's an absolutely killer like hype watch, if you like I don't know, a Rolex Daytona or something, the time to sell can be relatively slow unless you want to sell it for nothing, you know. But if you put it at a decent price and are patient, you'll sell it.
I had the same problem and the same 4 teeth removed. But I also had to get a palate expander, and my year of braces ended up being almost all of high school. Hopefully she can avoid that sort of evil.
Shabazz, yeah, I think she's okay. Hopefully, but I'm glad yours is all sorted now. By the way, yeah, there's just not quite enough. Like they seem sure they've done obviously lots of X-rays and they've done a lot of studying. They seem sure that with the 4 teeth removed, they can move everything into place. So she's going to have to wear, after the braces are out, which they think is going to be about 18 months, she'll have to wear one of those things at night for a long time, I think. I forget what they're called now. But she'll have to put something like a guard, I forget what they're called, but one of them. She'll have to put one of them in every night when she sleeps. But I think that'll be enough. A retainer, well done, Shabazz. You know the lingo better than I. That's the furthest I've gotten in a while sailing, Robin. Yeah, the smoke bugged out in inside Catardin. So I've run all this way to check this summer camp, and if there's nothing here, it's going to be really frustrating because then I've got to run back past the last summer camp, and for no really good reason. It's going to be a bit annoying if nothing is here. I'm going to fix a few things. Actually, maybe shouldn't bother because I'm not going to be cold. Kiwi, no worries. Kiwi Aaron, no worries. Thanks for coming in, dude. Jordan Gallo, thank you for the membership. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Hunter, cheers for the 4 months. Biddy, thanks again. Cranky old goat. Feels good, man. Dude, thank you for coming in. You didn't wear yours, Shabazz, after all the work you went through. That seems like a risk, but at least it worked out. Crystal Palace, then Real Madrid, Villa and City with this game, I'm afraid. It's going to be a piece of piss, Funky. They'll come out the other side. They'll lose to Palace and then they'll win the other 3. That's what's going to happen. They'll shit all over Madrid, Villa and City, and then in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to be like believing they're back in the title race. Don't you worry. They'll probably, when I say lose to Palace, they'll probably go out on penalties. Did I miss a gun cleaning kit? Gun cleaning tit. Whoa, that's some kind of special mutation there. I've got gun cleaning tits. Whoa. You can clean my weapon anytime, baby. It's too early for that. Fuck me dead. Right. Is Palace stronger than Liverpool right now? Well, on paper, no, but in form, absolutely, yeah. Jordan Gallo, thanks again.
Morning, nerds.
While Chernarus is the gold standard, how would you rate the loot routes on Deerisle? I don't think I explore many of the loot routes on Deerisle. Guys, it's Mr. Morphine. I hope you're good, Ish. Hope all is well. Mr. Morphine in the house. Cheers for the 92 months, man. How would I rate the loot routes of Deerisle? I think the thing with me is that when I start on Deerisle, I'm always really thinking about the quest. Now, today I'm thinking about going to Paris Island and just getting some loot, and if I pick up some NBC loot along the way, great. So this loot route is not my normal, but I do very, very boring loot routes on this map because I'm always heading towards Alcatraz or Crater Island so that I can start the quest. I think the loot routes are fine because you could go off towards the swamp, you could go up north, you could go towards the racetrack and then go up and you could go to the edges of Catadin but not go in it, and there's plenty of options, but because of the quest I find myself always going towards the quest. You've been in therapy for the last 4 days since that discussion, and I'm feeling better. Yeah, I can imagine. The only thing I can say, right, on it, and I'm not saying I'm right, by the way. What you say may well be correct, but whenever I break my leg in the game and someone says use a morphine, I've had the same answer since it went 1.0, and that is morphine doesn't do anything for broken legs. That's been my answer for the whole time. It's never not been that answer. Obviously it does something for shock value, and maybe it gets you up a ladder if you're lucky. But and there might have been 2 or 3
Welcome
patches
back.
where they toyed with it, and I
Glad
just
you
didn't
had
know
fun.
or never spotted it. But
TRMZ left.
as,
TRMZ
from my
left.
point of view, I've always just hobbled to make a splint, and morphine does fuck all. And I've been answering it that way as long as this game has been like this. Are those quests on all servers? Felix, most quests are server dependent, so the quest I'm doing now is a part of the lore of Deerisle. With Churnerus, the quests that you see on my YouTube videos with the keycards and stuff, that's modded, it's not in vanilla. Get a Poseidon. Thank you very much for the support, dude. Thank you. What does everyone think about the motorbikes coming to Badlands? I'm quite excited. I think it's going to be a good thing because Badlands is going to be a bigger map than Churnerus. So, on the day... I knew there was new vehicles coming. On the day of the Badlands reveal in Prague, one of my questions... I asked probably too many questions, but one of my questions was, this is a big map, bigger than Churnerus, and it would seem to lend itself to new vehicles of some sort, because getting around such a large map would maybe imply that we need new ways to travel. And there was a little bit of a wry smile in the room, let's say, from 1 or 2 people. And afterwards, Tim, who works for Bohemia, he said something along the lines of "good question" to me. Good questions, sorry. So whatever I was asking is clearly what they were thinking about the map. Which is good news. So I was very pleased when they, like the first reveal, they've got bikes in it. You know, that's very, very good. Makes me more excited for the map. I'm not because it's bikes, but because if there's a higher accessibility to vehicles on a large map, that's a good thing. You know. David Nichols, it just looked it up and it suppresses the effect from what... It doesn't though, David. If you're reading that in the wiki is wrong. So you can't take the wiki as a fact. The wiki is not correct, dude. The wiki is something that's been updated as a labour of love, but it doesn't get updated now. You know, there's a patch, there's an update all the time. That might have been written 4 years ago. But it absolutely does not allow you to walk on a broken leg, and as far as I'm concerned, it never has. If you break your leg right now, take a morphine, and then walk 10 paces, you'll be unconscious. I put up a video... Well, I haven't seen the video-ish. You can walk on a broken leg for 60 seconds with a morphine. So why were you going unconscious then? I don't understand. I've only seen Twitter, right? I've not gone off and done extensive research. So you hit shift and that's what caused you to... Yeah, well, I haven't seen the video, dude. So all you did was hit shift, and so you can't run on a broken leg. So, okay, I take that back then. So clearly you can. It's on Twitter. Well, I saw it with no sound on my phone with my daughter in the room, and I saw you go unconscious at some point. And so that's as far as I got. No one frigging reads. Well, I did read the tweet, but then I saw the video and saw you go unconscious. So I thought the video was saying, I thought you were saying, I thought it did this, but here's the video, look what happened.
Love the streams and vids, mate. Much appreciated.
Maybe communication is unclear all around. So it does then, the wiki is correct, my bad. So that's something, so I have, there we go, we're learning, right? But yeah, I've always avoided morphines and just how much quicker with a broken leg is walking while holding shift and walking with a broken leg? Is it a great deal quicker? Because when your leg's broken, you walk really slowly, right? You're really injured. So, like, in that minute with a morphine, how much further can you travel than if you're just pressing shift and walking like that? Like, what difference is it actually making? Is Badlands going to be bigger than Deerisle? Definitely. I know I already looted this. I'm just checking in case anything else spawned in. It's definitely going to be bigger than Deerisle, because Chernerus is bigger than Deerisle. This stuff that you've been talking about on Twitter-ish, right? Strictly speaking, I'm off this week. Anytime I'm on my phone, normally Maggie's around. So I'm just sort of coming in Twitter 5 minutes, having a look, and doing the best I can. You know? Oh yeah, that would be. I can understand ish. But that's the bit I want to know. Like, what as a benefit, the fact that it does it is indisputable. If you've got a video and you've tried it, you know it works, right? Fair enough. But what's the benefit? Like, if you take a morphine and walk on a broken leg until it runs out, right, and then start from the same place and walk whilst holding shift on a broken leg, how much further do you actually go? Chernerus doesn't feel bigger than Deerisle because of the journeys, like you say. So, Deerisle does feel like a bigger map because it involves a lot of going up, like, colourful routes, because you've got lots of islands and little peninsulas or little land bridges and so on. Well, that's the thing. This is probably why, because when you break your leg, you just hold shift and walk. And so I've never even bothered. Like, and so maybe I'm missing out. If you take a morphine, like, will it, like, say I had to get to the nearest bush and it was over there, like that was the nearest bush, let's say. If I took a morphine, would it get me there twice as quick? I feel like it possibly wouldn't, but it'd be interesting to know. Hi Pinkster, by the way, hope you're good. Is Chernerus bigger than all the modded maps? No, there's many maps that are bigger. A couple off the top of my head. Banov is bigger than Chernerus. The Pripyat map, which I haven't played for a long time, but the one that's based on Pripyat is massively bigger than Chernerus. Like, it's way bigger. There's others as well, but there's just a couple. Think you would not be able to test it, walk normal to a tree and then again holding shift? David, that wouldn't test it because you're obviously going to walk slower. Like, you're going to walk slower than this when your leg's broken, right? Just the same as if you're red health or yellow health, you walk slower than this, you know? So actually having the broken leg causes you to walk slower. Yeah, Pripyat was fun, but it only really works. It's so big, and one of the issues with Pripyat was the loot routes. You know, you spawned in one particular place, and it felt like a corridor through the map. Maybe that's because that's where I went, but it was a very lopsided map where you ended up doing such a long route that felt the same if you died. Yeah, ish. Yeah, holding shift, that is weird, isn't it? So you hold shift because it's like a habit, and then you go on con, but you can't run because your leg's broken. No, yeah, absolutely. Morphine allows you to run as if uninjured for a minute. Yeah, it does. If you haven't got a busted leg. If you strap a dead fox to a broken leg, you can hold Alt F4 and go faster. Very good. I haven't actually loaded that P1 pistol. Ish, no worries. Yeah, there is on Twitch's website. There's some simple instructions about it, but the thing that to do multi-streaming, you have to leave it to OBS to do it. That's the bit that you. So, just while I'm here, settings. In stream, in OBS, in the stream settings, there's a multi-track video bit, and you have to use in there. You have to let OBS handle it for you if you want to do multi-streaming. So like I said to you earlier, the thing you want to do is make sure you select the maximum amount of tracks. Like, I spoke briefly to a tech guy at Twitch about it because I was having trouble doing it the way that they say. Like, at first I was using 6 tracks, and he suggested I select 3 because that seems to be the way to go. So, but OBS will choose what those 3 tracks are. You don't. It will do it for you. I think I'm just going to eat the Twinkies and then we won't have any worries for ages. So yeah, once you've set Twitch as your main one, when you go into settings in OBS, it'll give you multi-track options, and then you just set it in there. And OBS decides it all. You don't even set bit rates and stuff. It just matches what Twitch say it can do. So it'll give you the maximum bit rate for 1440 and 1080, and then it'll give you some lower res for someone on a phone on data. But yeah, there is it's very quick. It's like a paragraph or 2 on Twitch's website that kind of goes through it. Hi Ash, yeah, this stream is actually a good one for Antipodean peeps because it's so much earlier than normal. Very bad for West Coast America land, but very good for Australia land. If you say so, Aiden. I don't really worry about shit like that myself. So anyway, just to confirm, guys, a morphine does nothing if you break your leg. Axbill Burger, thank you for the 58. Be right back. I'm going to put bourbon in my coffee. That sounds like a good idea. I look old at the moment. I've got black bags under my eyes. I'm just not sleeping enough. I've managed to come back from San Diego and not really adjust very well. I'm going to sleep too late. I'm getting up early. Like yesterday I had to get up early to take my daughter to the zoo. But when I get up early, I have to get up extra early so I can do the press-ups and the weights and things, you know. I'm doing the daily exercises too, so like this morning I've had to get up early. Took my daughter to my mum's. The cleaners have been here. I've done my monthly banking. Now I'm streaming. Then I've got the dentist. Then I'm probably streaming again. And going to bed at 2 and 3 a.m. and getting up at 7, 8 a.m. is not going to be sustainable in the long term for me. I think the answer is more lions. I don't think the answer is going to bed earlier. I think the answer is lying in more. Skinny man's over here with his California tan. Oh bollocks! I'm getting there, Ish. I'm getting there gradually. I know you said to Redline that you could see I'd lost weight, and that's very cool. Thank you. But still want to just go a little bit further. I don't want to be like pencil thin or anything, but another 20 pounds or something. I'm feeling pretty good though. Obviously the dead zombie means this has been looted fairly recently, and it really has been looted. There's absolutely fucking nothing. Oh good, rain. Have I ever tried to build a base for myself? Only the first time they introduced base building, dude. I really haven't... I don't fuck with base building. I haven't got the patience for it, and it's just not my style, but while I'm streaming it really doesn't work. TwitchCon was just fun for me-ish, but that was me. I think you could make it... for example, Holly was going to mixers and she'd got things lined up in advance, and she was... like, a perfect example, at the fourth wall mixer, both Holly and mine's Twitch partner was there, right? We have the same Twitch partner, rep. I didn't know that at the time, but I was standing next to Holly and she was talking to this Twitch lady, and when she went, she was like, "Oh, that was such and such." I can't remember her name. That's really bad. And I was like, "Oh, she's your Twitch partner rep, is she? I wonder if she's mine." And then I went and checked, and she was. And that about surmises the difference between most people and me. I'm standing next to my Twitch partner rep, and I don't know, and she doesn't know me, and that's fine. To be fair to me, though, my regular partner rep is on maternity leave, so I've got her as a cover because my regular one is on maternity leave. So she's only just become my partner rep in the last couple of months. So I really should have said hello and talked a little bit. But I didn't. I didn't go for that. I don't give a fuck. I just couldn't give a shit. Don't get me wrong. I would like to meet somebody that works for Twitch that's helped my channel or whatever. But I went there to meet the people that were into DayZ and to just do that. And I didn't go for any other reason. And if I go next year, I probably only get tickets for TwitchCon for one day. I definitely think that's a good advice, by the way. Unless you're desperate to do many of the panels or anything. I would get a one-day ticket and then the block party stuff. I wouldn't bother getting a 3-day ticket. I don't think it's worth it. There isn't that much at the event that you can't do it in a day. Am I planning on doing some of the quests today? Dude, I haven't got enough time to do the quests, but I'm planning on starting, yeah. So we're trying to get some loot together with a view to try and do a quest in the long run. That's the idea. Amazon are booting 12,000 people, including Twitch staff, as we speak. I think there's already been 2 rounds of redundancies at Twitch GC. I think they've already been announced. Hopefully there's not any more, but they've had two rounds of redundancies in the last 6 months to a year, I think. So hopefully there's no more, and the people that are being made redundant already know. Yeah, if you're going so late-ish, it does affect prices a lot. I think definitely you should try and go next year, even if you only go once, you know, like it. But as ever with these things, you just never know. They might end up being another Prague trip. That's not a reveal. We don't. Nobody knows if there will be one, but if there is, you know, it's hard to do everything. I'm gonna lose that for now. I'll end up losing this too. Can I put that on there? Yes, I can. So I can drop that in a minute too if I need to. Redundancies, that sounds like a term a CEO made up to tell you you're fired. Well, the big difference between a redundancy and being fired, Viking, is if you've been at the company a while, at least you get some money, right? If you get fired, you get fired. If you get made redundant, you've been there 10 years, you get some kind of pay. Certainly in the UK, you'd get some kind of pay for your time that you spent there. Might not be much, but in the UK, if you've been with a company 10 years, you'd normally expect at least 10 weeks' money a week for every year you've been there. Right, guys, while the server's down, I'm going to go and make a coffee. I'll be back. Paul liked the Armour Reforger guy so much he stayed back when he left for Tissy. I have zero regrets about that. Even now, like since that day, I'm probably 3 stone lighter, which is what, 14, 28, 42 pounds. So since that day, I must be about 3 stone lighter than then. Even still, I still wouldn't have done that. Not with the amount of water I had. I just wouldn't have done it. I just no thanks. I'd like to do it, but not in those circumstances after 3 days of heavy drinking. It's just not for me. I don't want to keel over. Boo, Norris, boo. Yes, come on, Norris. If DayZ 2 comes out, they should use creators for the characters and the animations. Can you imagine how much uproar there would be? Can I just say right now, I hope they don't do that. Because the amount of drama about, oh, why did that creator get one? But that creator's got twice as, been doing it twice as. Oh, God, fuck that. I'd just like to say right now, just use random people and nobody from the DayZ community. It would just cause nothing but drama. Barbaric Prawn, thank you very much. Churn Tank, thank you as well. One thing actually, on the subject of drama, one thing that was absolutely amazing about going to TwitchCon was that when you meet people and you meet them, and it's not like Ish having drama, having his meltdown on Twitter because morphines don't do anything for broken legs. They do. When you in real life, everyone was great. It was so good. There is no drama. Everyone just got on with everyone, and like everyone was very respectful of each other. And there was no comparing e-pins. There was no care for whether you had 300 follows or 3,000 follows or 300,000 follows or whatever. None of it mattered. I really liked that. Just like I'm probably gushing a little bit much about it in a way, but it was just very cool. I wasn't expecting it to be any different, but it was more like that than I thought it would. How cool does that look? That looks really good, doesn't it? Like you're meeting people for the first time, and there's a mix of people in the room. Some are full-time streamers, some are just starting out streamers, some are redline, you know. Let's take a risk on that, shall we? Ripple, thanks for the 10 months. I guess we'll go that way then. What's redline? Why redline? I think that's partially true, Moose Beans. I think people can have disagreements online sometimes, and it's not really about being rude or not being prepared to say things. I just think sometimes things on the internet that are basically a discussion can be blown up more than they are by people reading into it more than there is as well. You know, I think that's true too. Like for me personally, I never say anything online that I wouldn't say straight to someone's face. So, but I know not everybody's like that. But I don't say anything online to anyone that I wouldn't say if I was standing in front of them. Yeah, I used to be. Thank you. I used to be God. Thank you. So there is some more to loot over there, but I think we're going to go for this heli first of all. And just hope to get there pretty quick. And that's true as well. Things like silly discussions can end up becoming
NFL picks today.
Big drama.
Go. Cheese emoji. Football emoji.
Yeah, the Packers did pretty well for me, Farmer. Hopefully, if there's a second half to the stream today, which I'm planning, but I've got to stop in about 2 and a bit hours, and then I've got to go to the dentist. And unless it goes really badly, I'll be going live again when I get back from the dentist and have had some lunch. So in theory, my plan today is to do until about 2:30. I'm aware of the connotations. Go to the dentist. Yes, once again, I'm aware of the connotations. And then when I get back, I'm going to have some lunch and probably start streaming in about 4:30.
Granted.
So I'm going to have late lunch, but then I'll do like 4:30 till 8:30 or something. So I'll have ended up doing 3 and a bit hours this morning, 4 hours this afternoon. Jobs are good, right? So hopefully Redline will be about later. It's a bit early in the day for a lot of America at the moment, so We shall see. Sam, you're on holiday with the missus and still watching. Well, don't get yourself in bother though, right? Make sure you're paying enough attention to her as well. Just have me on in the background. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a good holiday. I'm a bit jealous. I know I've just been on one, but I'm still a bit jealous. Definitely think we can do Gamma now. Last time I tried to loot a helicopter on this airfield, it was on Monday evening and I got shot dead within seconds. I'm very much hoping today will not be like that. I'm going to have to reload because if I aggro that screen, I'm fucked. God, a crossbow for Stag Zeds is an absolute fucking godsend. How could there not be any loot on any of those? That seems incredibly unlucky. I didn't want to I didn't want to bandage in the middle of the airfield. I think that seems a bit stupid. At least we've killed them quietly, so somebody could show up, but at least we've not made any noise. Oh, a morphine. Which, as we all know, does nothing. Oh wow, MVGs as well, very cool. Who's winning today, Palace or Liverpool? Is it at Palace or at Anfield? I forget. If it's at Palace, I'm going to say Palace will edge it. If it's Anfield, I'm going to say Palace will edge it. It might be a draw, but I think Palace will get through. I'm really not confident about Liverpool at the moment. I think a rejuvenation might happen in the league, but I'm not convinced it's going to start happening tonight. We shall see. Jamie, very cool. You're on holiday as well, Andor. She's sat crocheting and I'm chilling watching your stream while brunch cooking in the oven. Wasn't expecting you on today. Andor, that sounds lovely. If it weren't for the fact that you're watching a stream, it could be a bygone time, right? You're making breakfast in my mind on a fire, while the missus is crocheting, and you're, I don't know, what would people have done back in the playing backgammon or something? I don't know. It could be 200 years ago. It could, except for the fact you're watching Twitch. Schmacken, thank you. Farmer Dave, thank you as well.
"30-month innings, let's go. Have a good one."
Thank you very much, Say Now. Cheers for the support, dude. That made me think of Gouda cheese. Basically, it made me think of Luke from the Outdoor Boys. He's often having Gouda. I never have Gouda. Don't think I've ever had Gouda. Probably once, but never bought it. Gouda. Gun on table first floor. Oh, bollocks. When you say gun on table first floor, please try to tell me what gun it was. Cheers, Dan. I didn't see it. I'll have a look. Did I ever bet on the football? Obviously, you know, I used to be an addicted gambler. I did a little bit. Not very much, though, because for football, you have to wait for the result, right? If you bet on a horse that's 4-1 and it's running in a race, the race might last 3 minutes, right? And then you've got your result and you know if you've won or not. Whereas if you're betting on football over 90 minutes or over games over the whole weekend, that's the first floor. There's nothing there. There's a bison. Yeah, okay, I don't need it, so it wasn't... But I didn't see it, to be fair, so well spotted. Yeah, I did bet on football occasionally, but usually purely in a much more sensible way, even though I was an addicted gambler and gambling isn't sensible. I used to bet on the football if it was a match I was going to watch anyway. So let's say Liverpool were playing, I might bet on the first score or the result or whatever, because I was... And not very much money, because I was going to watch the game and it would just make it even more fun, maybe. Which, if you're saying you're betting £5 or £10 and you're watching a game, it can maybe enhance your enjoyment of the game a bit. That seems a good kind of way to gamble. If you're going to gamble, it's not something I do now, but I used to not bet lots on football. What do you think Liverpool's squad's problem is? Squad not settled, manager not figuring it out. I think there's a few things. I think the squad being not settled and the manager not figuring it out is definitely part of it. I think Jota is a small part of it too. And obviously it's very sad that Jota's passed, but I think it's affected players more than we realise. I think it's affected Salah a little bit too. I don't think he's been quite the same. Not that it's only his problem. I think there's more going on between Slot and Salah as well. I think that just the sheer amount of players coming in, like especially in defence, everyone's saying that Van Dijk and Konate aren't right. I'm not convinced. Konate had an okay season last year, but personally, I'm not massively huge on Konate being that great. I think Gahey not coming in is a big miss. They were trying to sign him on the last day and it didn't come off. But more than that, they've lost Trent to Real Madrid. Andy Robertson is very slowly on the decline, and so they've got 2 new fullbacks, and it's just messed the team up. The balance of the team is off, and I think it's partly because Trent's not there. Like, Trent was a right back, but when Liverpool had the ball, he was a midfielder. And that meant that it worked. That system that he's trying to use now worked, right? So Trent was a midfielder, which meant that you had somebody further back, along with Gravenberch, that was quite creative, good on the ball, but added an extra man in midfield half of the time. Whereas now, you've got a right back there, or a midfielder in Szoboszlai playing there, and they're not quite the same. They don't have the same dynamic. The midfield balance is lost. Gravenberch is playing too far forward. McAllister doesn't seem to know how to fit into the team, and then they've got a more attacking midfielder playing further up in Wirtz. And so the midfield is somewhat empty. They get an overrun in midfield. They can't get on the ball. They can't create. They don't seem to have the time and space on the ball like they had, because the balance of the team is just completely off. And so yeah, I think it needs a slight formation tweak. I don't think last year's formation is going to work. Hi Hickson. I don't really think Konate's all that, you know. I don't think Liverpool... I'd just let him go. If Real Madrid want him, let him have him, you know. I don't think he's worth a new contract. I think they should let him go. And maybe that's harsh. He did have a decent season last year. But I don't think he's all that. I don't think he's that great. He's not that pacey. He's got a mistake in him. I don't think he's a Premier League title-winning centre-back, even though he is a Premier League title-winning centre-back, if that makes any sense. Do I get rid of that? I think I can, because I've got the head torch if I need it. Big Heifer, thanks for tuning in. Hope all is well. No worries, thank you for coming in, dude. Hopefully things will start smoothening and out. Can you run DayZ in native 4K? Yeah, I'm doing it now. 15 days after quadruple bypass heart surgery. I think, dude, Remod, I hope you're on the mend. I'm really glad to hear that you're out the other side of that. Quadruple bypass. Yeah, that sucks, Remod. I really hope you're on the mend, dude. I hope it keeps going well. 15 days after, hopefully things are starting to feel a bit better. I can't even imagine, dude. I don't know, letting Kanate go when Van Dijk is only on a 2-year, 1 year after this season could put us in the same situation we're in now. I just don't think Kanate's... Like, say Van Dijk got injured tomorrow. I think I trust... I was thinking this the other day. I think they should be playing Joe Gomez and not Kanate at centre-back right now. Personal opinion, though. I don't think Kanate is it. I just don't. I don't think Kanate is worth keeping because he ain't good enough. And if Van Dijk was to be completely out of it next season, I feel like Liverpool would need somebody else, not Kanate. I think they'd need extra numbers anyway. I think they should let him go. And like, I'd rather have Gahey and maybe somebody else. They are trying to accommodate Vert's Pure Darkness. That's definitely true, but I don't think Verts is the problem so much. He's not played brilliantly, but he's doing okay. He got the assist the other day in the Champions League. In no way am I saying he's setting the world alight, but he's not the problem. He's a minor problem. But he's adapting to the Premier League. He's adapting to the team. He's adapting to a lot of different things, and I think he will be fine in the long run. I just think the whole balance of the team. It's okay to have an attacking midfielder, but not if you've got Gravenberch as the defending midfielder who doesn't stay back, and McAllister who's not quite sure where he is anymore. And it's like they're playing with three midfielders in a line, like one behind the other, but then Gravenberch is running past McAllister. You know, like there's not any balance in it, and it's okay to try and accommodate Verts, but if they're going to do that, they need to structure the team accordingly, and they're not doing that either. Verts could come back a little bit, and the other two should sit a little more, you know. Right, that's okay. I'm not too displeased about the UMP. At least it gives me something. Then who is the problem of Liverpool, Paul? Please, I just did point it out, Alex. I just talked all about the balance of the team and the missing of Trent and all sorts about 5 minutes ago. Robbo is better than Kirkes. I think that's subjective. I think Robertson right now is a better choice than Kirkes too. I agree, but I don't think he is necessarily better. I think Kirkes is just moved, and it's a big move, and he's not adapted brilliantly well to the way Liverpool play yet. And so, like I think you said earlier, I think maybe playing Robbo a bit more and him a bit less. I agree, but I don't think that. I think Robbo in his prime is better than Kirkes so far. There's no doubt about that. Robertson was looking jaded last season. He wasn't as good as he was, and he's older now. But I'm kind of agreeing, but with a caveat that I think Kirkes even this season could end up being better than Robertson. But maybe the transition shouldn't have been so solid. So I kind of agree, but I still think it might turn out to be Kirkes by the end of the season is kind of okay. I saw Kirkes play last season a fair bit. He's a very, very good player. I don't think he's become bad just because he signed for Liverpool. If that sort of thing's starting to happen, then we're in trouble. Well, if Liverpool sign players and they suddenly become bad, that's not good. the fuck did that not kill it? It hit it in the head. I thought, I was like, it had to be a headshot. How did that not kill it? Look, it's right in the noggin. Oh, nice. Sabo rounds. Fuck, I said it properly. I hate my life. Players do sign for big clubs and look like deer in headlights. They do, yeah. But usually, if they're good players, they come good with a little bit of time, don't they? Like a massively prime example would be Caicedo, you know. He was getting all sorts of flack in his first 3, 4, 5, 6 months when he signed for Chelsea, and he's clearly one of their most important players. Probably their most important player. Yeah, losing Diaz, no doubt. Gakpo is not as effective as Diaz. I like Gakpo, but he's not as effective as Diaz. That's true. I think we can drop that. We've got enough food for now. I don't really need that. I think we should start eating something that's going to give me more. So, I'm not going to... I was going to do the police station, but I've already got this stag press vest. I think we're just going to start going towards the quest. I was going to go to Paris Island, but we've collected some basic gear. I see little point going to Paris Island anymore. I think we're just going to start heading over towards Camp Bear and whatnot. Hi Antosh, yeah, pretty good. Trip was great. Really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I heard the shot over that way, Admiral. I'm just going to, like I say, I'm going to go over this way. It sounded like a wheat round, didn't it? Pistol or something. Exactly, I'm getting sucked back into my standard loot route, Viking. That's exactly it. What's happened. The helicopter dragged me to the airfield. I've found some okay stuff at the airfield. It's not amazing, but it's enough. And so now I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'll just do what I normally do then. Is the stag press vest better than a plate carrier? No, it's not. I don't think... This is not a fact, by the way. But I believe the regular plate carrier is better than anything stag related other than other stag plates. So is this new sleep schedule permanent, or are we eventually going to get off San Diego mum time? Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know for sure, really. I have gone to bed last night and the night before a little bit earlier, but mainly because I had to get up earlier, you know. I don't know. Probably I'll revert. I won't be streaming at 10:30 in the morning very often anyway, let's put it that way. It's the dentist that's to fucking blame for today's stream being so early. It's kind of frustrating. I was meant to have this appointment last week on Thursday, and they rang me up. The dentist, unfortunately, was sick, and they rang me up and it got cancelled. Nobody really wants somebody sick, like, prodding around in their mouth, so it's the right thing to do, but I could have done without it being today. It's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Hello. Another month. Please have my Prime sub.
No, that's very
Keep on
true.
running.
A lot of teams have just worked out that if you really play defensively, Liverpool throw everyone forward and they're massively open on the counter-attack. Yeah, you're right. Especially with Van Dijk and
I've been back
Konate.
here in the UK for 6 days. It's been raining for 6 days. I've been missing culture for 6 days.
There's culture in the UK, you fucker, but there's definitely rain. I went and had a lovely walk around Colchester Zoo yesterday, and at least 4 hours of the 6 was bright and sunny. Maybe not like Italy, though. Cheers, Florida. Boomy, thank you as well. Boom Boy, sorry. Sane Out, thank you too. Is the code lock coming to vanilla? It was in the teaser. This is a slight spoiler, obviously, but the devs put the teaser out. The devs put out... I'm eating the wrong thing there. I'm not going to that one. The devs put out a spoiler, a trailer for Badlands, and in the Badlands trailer there was a couple of motorbikes, a moped and a motorbike, and a on the side it looked like there was a code lock. So yeah, they seem to be hinting at some features. Exactly, Dog's Box. Talk about bad luck. I moved to a new dentist because the old one was fucking me around, and then the first appointment with the new dentist they cancelled. However, this was a genuine one. The other dentist, I've been doing a bit of digging, and they're doing it to everyone. There's some kind of dodginess going on. Kind of need to go this way. How's your Red Robin doing? Deep Facts, they're doing okay. They're kind of they're called pleached, the ones I got. They've been in since mid-August. They've not grown very much, but I would imagine because they were just planted straight in the ground from a pot, I'd imagine they've spent most of their time settling in. They look not much different to how they did when they were planted. They ain't going to do a great deal of growing now, are they? Because it's getting colder. So hopefully they'll start growing nicely in the spring. You know? Hi Onslaught, I'm doing alright. We're just having a start at Deerisle. I'm hoping we can get some way towards starting the quest. But I've got to stop to go to the dentist in a couple of hours, and then I might have another little stream after that this afternoon. I guess that covers it as well, Bumpers. Happy good for you. Very, very early for me right now. So when you say your Red Robin's given in, Deep Fact, has it died? That sucks. Because they're evergreen, right? They shouldn't be dropping leaves or anything, should they? Right, that's good. I'm going to check the... I'm not going to check the castle, but I'll just quickly check the tower up here. I could go down the Devil's Anus, but the last time I did the Devil's Anus, it just wasn't worth it. It's cool down there. It's cool down there, but there's nothing to find, you know? You go exploring in the Devil's Anus, you expect to find gold. You expect to find treasure, but you find nothing. 5 or 6 military containers, and if you're lucky, like an FNX. Yeah, we're talking plants. Yeah. I'm actually, I haven't really talked about this yet, but it's going to happen soon. I'm having my front redone. The guy that did my landscaping in the backyard is going to do the front yard soon. It's a much, much cheaper job, but that should stop in a sec. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I'm going to get... I've got just a small amount of lawn at the front and the side of the house, and I'm going to have it taken up and replaced by a combination of bark and decorative stone in different places. So I'm quite looking forward to that, but yeah, I'm going to have to buy some more plants as well. I'm going to have a little bit which is going to be just plants and bark chips, so I need to get like, I don't know, 8 or 9 shrubs and a tree. That's exciting stuff. Shrub talk. Will this be a short stream? It will be, Gilly. Yeah, I've got the dentist in just under 3 hours, but then I may well be streaming when I get home. So there might be 2 streams today, maybe. Depends how the dentist goes, basically. Might as well go down here towards the police station. Check out a website called Garden on a Roll. Philip, that's a good idea. I will forget. I was only really going to... I'm not going to get like the ground plants. I was just going to get the shrubs, like a number of preferably evergreen shrubs. It's back towards the airfield over there. I'm going the wrong fucking way. That's not the little village I thought it was, so I need to go that way. My view distance is reduced. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Michelle, look, I put it straight on there as well. Canteen. Yeah, I'm only going to get like the sort of bigger stuff. I'm not going to start putting small bedding plants in this time of year. I'm just going to do the shrubs.
Catching the stream before work. Hope dentist doesn't hurt.
You want to look into Arbo Vitae shrubs? I'm sure I've said that wrong. What I've got mostly at the moment are things like pittosporums. I might like that kind of thing. I'll probably do that. It's like, I think pittosporum is what I'm trying to say, but Mediterranean shrubs that need next to no watering is what I'm going to get. Any interest in Tarkov? Checking out Tarkov when 1.0 drops on the 15th? No. Tarkov is an absolutely amazing extraction shooter, but I'm not going to play it, but I'd rather play Arc Raiders than Tarkov. Not because it's better, I don't want to play Tarkov. Certain elements of it piss me off too much and it would never change, just for me. Get a bird feeder too, it's nice to have them visit the garden. I kind of agree. It's not nice when you put your washing out and you get bird shit on it though, you know, like that's the bit that's frustrating. That can be. The dryer machine not popular in the UK? Matthew, I've got a washer dryer, but it's not really a great thing to use every time. So I have a really nice washer dryer. This is exciting talk, isn't it? So it's all in the same machine, but I try to, wherever I can, I try to just wash, and I only dry if it's absolutely tipping it down or I'm in an emergency kind of thing, you know. It's better for your clothes as well. If you're drying, if you've got, say, I don't know, sort of clothes you'd wear for going out, like a shirt or a polo shirt or something like that. If you dry those regularly, it actually makes the clothes last less amount of time. In the Rain, thank you for gifting for Heat to the sub. That's really, really kind. RDW, thank you for the 40 months. I feel like I might be going the wrong way, you know. I've not really been paying much attention. Like, if you've got, like, your fancy polo shirt you wear on a night out or something, you really don't want that. I think I've got to go this way. You don't want that drying very often because it'll make it last less. Cheers, In the Rain, thank you. RDW, thank you as well. Yeah, I'm going the right way. I was just slightly more left than I needed. It's up that hill in front. I thought big streamers don't do laundry. I live on my own, dude. I do have a cleaner that comes once a week. Well, I have two cleaners that come for an hour. I got the nicest compliment today. The cleaners came and I was like, normally the cleaners do the kitchen, the hall. It's not that big, but that makes it sound grand. The kitchen, the hall, my bedroom, the ensuite, and the upstairs bathroom, and there's a downstairs loo, right? They normally do that. There's two of them, and they're here an hour. I was like, would you mind if you dropped the main bathroom and just did the living room this time? And they were like, don't worry, we can do it anyway. Your house is always immaculate. Your house is immaculate, so we'll be able to fit it in anyway. So it looks like now they're just going to start doing the living room as well, and within the same time. So it sounds like for the last few weeks they've been like finished after 50 minutes, and they're meant to be an hour. So I last an hour. I don't last an hour. The cleaners do though. It's a new to me house, and I live on my own, right? So I think it's a lot easier to keep it tidy. I don't think I'm doing anything particularly special, but I don't make much of a mess, and whatever mess I make I clean up as soon as I've made it, right? Like, because I can't leave it till later. Cheers, I used to be God. Take it easy, dude. I feel much more awake after 2 coffees now. Two big coffees, and I'm right on the ball. Brownie, you're starting another bulk. I'm having Thrive, F-R-I-V-E, but I don't think they're really for bulking, dude. I think they're more for like losing weight than if you're trying to bulk and like take on lots of protein and stuff. And I don't think they're great for that personally. They're small meals that are relatively low in calorie, and they're more for eating a balanced diet and losing weight. Same here, live by myself, clean as I go. Yeah, I think it's true as well. If somebody lives with you, obviously there's twice as much mess that gets made, but also there's a lot more incentive. Like, let's say it's a Saturday morning and you've just had breakfast. You might just leave everything because you want to go out for the afternoon, right? Whereas if you're on your own, you're more likely to be like, well, I can just do that now, you know. Maybe I'll go and see my mum in a bit or whatever, you know. Like, you're not going out. I'm still going out for entertainment, I guess, but you're not going out as a couple doing coupley things so much, so you've got more time at home to tit about.
Furnish you house the live, laugh, love way.
Blaze of the Melon, cheers for tuning into the videos. I appreciate it. That was a fun time on the Freshborns server. The Ghost of Kazooington, or whatever one of those posters said. Bejeweled, thank you for the 27 months. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. In the rain, thank you too. Oh, it's all fucking repeaters. Repeaters. Uh-oh, big pause. Why am I loading that? Right. Another big pause. What the fuck was that? That pause lasted ages. Right, now is the time. Now's the time for the bottle to shine. Bottle, bottle, bottle. There you go, look. It's a canteen though. Somebody from Suffolk, like somebody with a really strong Suffolk accent, they wouldn't say canteen. Somebody with a really strong Suffolk accent, maybe from, I don't know, like Lowestoft or something, they'd say canteen. Canteen. Like they'd say balloon. What gun was that? What gun was what? What's a bonus early stream? It's an early stream on a day I wasn't expecting to stream. My daughter's here for half term, so strictly speaking there's no streams until Sunday. But this is the third stream this week. So I'm doing alright. The F1 analyst talks like that, Bernie Collins. Maybe, I don't know. Sit down. Exactly. Sit down. Your nana used to talk like that. The one on the shed roof. It was another. There was 2 repeaters on the shed roofs, I think.
Cheers from San Diego. How'd you like it over here?
Big Cat. I did like it a lot. One thing I can definitely see more of San Diego. So we didn't see enough. We only really did mostly Gaslamp around the marina where TwitchCon was. And on one day I went to the science museum. We did the Midway. I'd like to do that again. I like the Midway.
Too penisy by the end, lol.
Sorry, I know I've missed some alerts. Catelyn as well. I've missed you. I will get there in a sec. Thank you, Frosty. I'll get to the alerts in a sec. But yeah, I did the Midway with Ryan, Meza, Coach Zed, and Penny. And then we mostly were around Gaslamp, and it was mostly about bars and everyone that was there. On the last day, I went to the Air and Science Museum and the Japanese Memorial Garden, and I also had lunch with the guys that were flying back that day on the Monday in Little Italy as well. So I saw a little bit more on the last day, but I didn't see the beach. I didn't see all sorts. So I didn't really go anywhere where there was a great deal of shops, right? I didn't see, not like a traditional UK-style high street, but I didn't see any. I only really saw restaurants. I didn't see anywhere where there was shops pretty much at all. But no, I liked it. I thought it was great. OzG, thank you for the new sub. That's really kind, Mr. Frosty. Love that sniper video. We're getting too penisy by the end, though. I don't know what you mean. I was actually getting a little bit guilty at the end. Big Cat, thank you for the 20 months. Catelyn, thank you very much for the gifted memberships. That's really kind. Once again, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Bo, thank you for the 35 months too. Right, let's carry on eating the piccalilli. I thought I saw a player then. I bet you didn't see the largest zoo in the world either. I didn't, and I'm not too bothered about it, dude. The only animal that's there, in fact, that's not true because there's a bear, there's a grizzly bear. I think the animals that they've got, I know it's the best zoo, but I've seen all the animals. You know, like I went to Colchester Zoo yesterday, but I went to take my daughter. You know, I've seen tigers and lions and gorillas and polar bears and grizzly bears and elephants and hippos and rhinos or whatever. You know, I've seen them all, right? I'm not that bothered about, like, if I had my kids and I went to San Diego, I'd take them to the zoo in a heartbeat. But it's not somewhere I'm desperate to go on my own, even if it is the best zoo, because I'm not that bothered. Hi Redline. I'm hoping to be live later today. So I've got the dentist. I've got to stop the stream in an hour and 3/4. But I'm hoping to be live when I get back from the dentist. So I don't know, maybe we could do the football picks in a little while if you're around. But I'm hoping to be live a second time with any luck too. JLK for storytelling, Sour Sweet for personality, and TRMZ for authentic gameplay and stupid peaks. I think that's a little of a backwards compliment, but I'll take it, dude. Let me update my spreadsheet. I was a bit disappointed to be down this week. I got so excited. I didn't check the results at all. Hi, Oz, by the way. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I didn't check the results, and I started checking them from the Chiefs game going backwards. And all of them were right. And I was going, oh, God, this is going well. This is going so well. Turns out some of the earlier picks weren't so good, though. I was actually thinking about leaving the stream running and just playing a video, right? I was thinking about leaving the stream running and then playing a YouTube video that's a long one and then coming back but it's a bit confusing when I do that, and it's bad. It's not easy. The mods have to do a lot of work if I do that. Like, I was thinking of playing the Lottie PvP video, you know, the duos one, while I was gone. The only issue is I have not had lunch, so when I go to the dentist, I've got to also have lunch too. So I could be gone. I could be gone for 2 hours nearly. Any particular goals? I would like to make a start on the. Oh fuck me! I'd like to make a start on the quest. Basically, that's the main goal. Hi Penny, hope you're good. Holy shit. Fucking littlest hobo's got a bit of a spring, hasn't he? You see that? I actually didn't think it was coming on the bridge for a second. I thought it was in safe waters. That wolf's just glitched me out a bit, but I think I'm okay. Just put a message on screen so people know. It's kind of hard to do that, dude. I've not got any easy way to put a message on screen. How did that happen? Well, Uber, it's way better to keep the audience, you're right, and just shit on the mods, you're right. It's something that's really frustrating about a split stream is that by having to go to the dentist, when I get back, it's like starting from scratch again, which is a bit like chopping your cock off and expecting it to grow back. It never does. Unfortunately, I think natural selection chopped mine off before I had any chance. It is a bit of a frustrating thing, right? I tend to feel that most people when they're born, you know, like when you start in some games, you give them perks, you give them points, and you can allocate them where you please, right? Like that's how games are, right? I think real life is like that. You get some 10 out of 10s that somehow get extra perks when they're born, right? Some people, but for the most part, I think we do. Whatever perks I was given, I don't know where they were placed on the good side, but one of the downside was definitely box ticked for small cock. So I must have got something somewhere else, you know. Like, unfortunately, I think it was waistline, small cock, big hips. But unfortunately, other people maybe get like extra perks somehow. Bastards. Everyone is special, yeah. Can you reclaim bolts from the Zeds? Yeah, you can. I've been doing that quite a lot. Oh, that's nice. Extra perks, yeah. Personality, yeah, I guess it counts for something. You can't take a picture of your personality though, can you? Just by the way, on that subject, guys, nobody wants an unsolicited dick pic. So if you have a big dick, nobody wants to see it. All right, so just as a quick sidebar there, right? If you were given the big dick perk, don't start sending unsolicited pictures of it because no fucker wants them. It's still ugly. All right, it's still ugly. Speak for yourself. Love the most recent video. Thank you. Cheers, dude. Thank you for checking it out. As long as you hit both sides of the tuna can, you're still good. Billabong, if you're putting it near a tuna can, you want to be careful. And there is a saying, always wear protection. But you go near the edges of a tin can, dude. You mind how you go, okay? You don't want any nicks. Trust me. I get the feeling they'll bleed worse than if you cut yourself shaving, right? You go careful. I understand it was a euphemism and all, but that's by the by. Just be careful. It feels far too early for this kind of talk, doesn't it? Pleased about the 308. A little bit bummed we've not found anything else. It's never too early. I suppose so. I feel good now, actually. After the two coiffies, I'm feeling all right. Maybe there is something in that. Not even 9 AM here. We've got cock talk already. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, that's fair enough. Just give me 1 sec, guys. My phone was pinging a second ago. I'm just going to quickly double check what it was. Yeah, 1 sec. This won't take a sec. Oh my god. I've written like 3 words.
Well, hello there, TRMZ cart. You picture perfect specimen of a man's TRMZ
Right, there we go.
angel.
Specimen. I like the word specimen. That's a good name for a company, isn't it? Specimen. I don't know if they're renting out spicy men or if it's spice related, but it sounds good, doesn't it? Specimen. I put my phone on silent as well now, so that should be good. Is the dentist cancelling your appointment? They fucking ain't gonna want to. I'm gonna go down there with a pair of pliers and pull it out in front of them. Pull it out. Pull the tooth out in front of them as some kind of dirty protest. How's my costume? Redline, just get off my fucking case. Do you know what, Redline? I shouldn't admit this in front of everyone, but I nearly sent you a text yesterday with words to the effect of, I know I give you shit. And I know you give me shit, but I do consider you a friend. I nearly sent you that text. And then I thought, no, fuck that and fuck him. I won't bother. And look why. You fucking bastard. It's the thought that counts, right? Sorry, Paul, I accidentally used a pick on accident, Ephraim. It's okay. I'll only get jealous, dude. It's fine. So yeah, my phone is on silent now. Like no more. Well, I might get another text, I guess, but I probably won't see it. It's usually Maggie, like the other day, texting me like, "Is this the guy?" Just a random picture of Walton Goggins, going, "Is this the guy from Fallout?" So she was watching something else with Walton Goggins, and I was like, "Oh, is that the Fallout man?" It's like, all right. Yeah, she's too much like me.
Here's hoping the dentist has steady hands.
He'll be alright. I've got a big mouth. Hi from YouTube. I've got a dad joke to share. How do I get TTS to read out on stream? Plute, don't bother. Just write it and I'll read it. And that's free. TTS is a ball ache and it costs at least $3. I do agree with that statement, by the way, Uber. If your friends aren't roasting you all the time, they're not your friends. I think, to some extent, unless it's something really serious, I think that's true. Certainly in the UK it is. I definitely, when I was younger, I saw the lines blur a little too much between roasting someone and giving someone shit over something serious, but like almost like roasting, like friendly fun, and then like almost hazing, let's say. But nonetheless, I still agree. Def, please don't write stuff like that in my chat, for fuck's sake. I've missed out on hunting trousers, thinking I didn't need them, but never mind. Don't write stuff like that in there. Yeah, I am wearing a special suit, Redline. I'm wearing a special suit today I was born with. It's a bit chilly actually. Someone said not taking the big bag, so I'm just having a look to see if I missed a big bag, by the way. I've turned around. Did I see what Salad Master said? No, it was going to be about you, though. Otherwise, you wouldn't be mentioning it. Mentioning it? I think that was the bigger bag. Lift your friends up. Well, Redline, you just came in and gave me shit. I missed Plutio's joke. I'll get there. I'll get there. The fact that hemorrhoids aren't called asteroids is one of the biggest missed opportunities in the history of medical science and the English language. Asteroids. Asteroids. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I give that one 7.5 out of 10. I didn't deliver it brilliantly well, but it was still better than Robot Lady would have done it. I think you've got to spell asteroids with 2 S's though, like so it works better as text. I asked about your costume, that's all. No, you didn't. You didn't. You gave me passive-aggressive shade, knowing full well, and you've already added me on Instagram into one of Holly Rex's Insta posts of her amazing costume she wore yesterday, giving me shade because I don't wear a costume. So it wasn't just an innocent question. It was the question of a passive-aggressive... Oh. That's what it was. And you know it. Actually hurt my throat a bit. I saw it on Instagram, Colin. Yeah, she puts a lot of work in for those, doesn't she? They look great. I went and looked from the day before as well. I can only imagine what would happen if I tried to wear a costume and then get a camera as well. My costume would basically be some kind of thing that covered up my face and body, and then it wouldn't be any effort. Exactly, a sheet with 2 eye holes and a pair of sunglasses over the sheet. That would basically... I think that would work, though. I think people would come in and find it funny. I'm there like, with a pair of like Blues Brothers style sunglasses on and a white bed sheet over my head. I think that would be perfect. And a pair of headphones. I think that'd look hilarious. Clean sheets. Yeah, probably. Just put a kid's aeroplane in your pocket. A kid's toy airplane in your pocket and go as an aircraft carrier. Oh, I like that. Subtle. That was like years and years ago. They used to... The pub that it was my local and I'd go in a lot. Every year around the Saturday nearest Halloween... They would always have a Halloween kind of thing, and like best dressed would win a little prize, and everyone just got drunk, and the drinks would be a little bit Halloween inspired and whatnot, like every pub does. But I was in my 20s, so I mostly just went as me. I used to just go in my regular clothes and take a mask, so they let me in the front door, and then just lose the mask and just be me the rest of the night. I regret it slightly. I feel like I'd like to throw myself into it once or twice, you know, like, but. I never could be bothered. I didn't want to go out wearing makeup and stuff. And as a 20-something-year-old man, I had no fucking clue about any of that shit either. So and neither do I now either as a 38-year-old man. So I never bothered. By the way, guys, this is a little bit of an early thing. Neuro sent me and Redline an email yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I saw it this morning. With some Christmas merch on it. There are three Christmas jumpers coming, and a Christmas mug, and a Christmas mouse mat. Christmas merch is on the horizon, and the jumpers are amazing. I'm really quite. I was looking at one. There's a black one that's kind of in my logo colours. That's the only one I knew about. He sent me that a few days before. I was like, that's going to be great. I'm going to get that. And then I went to the next one. I was like, fuck me, that's better. I'll get that one, actually, I think. And then I went to the next one. Like, fuck me, that's better than the last one. I'll get that one. I really like them. I think they're good. Like proper Christmassy jumpers with, like, as you'd expect them to be, you know? ETA in the merch store. Well, I've asked him to put them in kind of early November, if possible, because I haven't really talked about it on stream. I've been so busy with stuff, but I've been invited to a sort of charity thing. It's more of a lunch thing, but it's in Cambridge on Friday the 5th of December. But I've been invited there with Alzheimer's Research UK. They're only asking 40 people, and I don't know who's going. I'm kind of hoping some celebrity or two might go, because quite a few celebrities represent Alzheimer's Research UK, like Stephen Fry, for example. You know, I'm not saying he'll be there, but you never know. But they're inviting 40 people in total, like researchers and some of their fundraisers, for like a thank you lunch type thing. But they want you to wear Christmas jumpers if you can. So I'm going to wear one of my Christmas jumpers. Why not? You know? So that's why I want the jumper in time. So hopefully we'll have it second week in November or something. Emily Blunt. I don't want Emily Blunt anymore. I've gone right off her. Ever since John keeps coming into the chat, I like John more now, you know. Like Emily could do one. Don't mean it, Emily. There was a lot of people won't have seen it. There was a wonderful Easter egg in this week's video, and absolutely from Finn, the editor. There was a love letter to me from Emily Blunt in this week's video near the end, and you have to maybe pause the screen to see it. But it was fucking hilarious. Sydney Sweeney. I don't even know who that is. Oh, no. We're really good. Me and you, we're good. Oh, fuck me. The repeater wasn't easy there, but I think I hit him. He was bleeding, but I didn't hit him well, did I? I don't know what was going on with the noises either. What was that? Like, he fired the shotgun and then there was a load of noise afterwards. It's not why I missed, though. It was like it was lagging. Two blind guys. A lot of them were hip fire shots. They weren't easy. I think I had a pistol. I should maybe have used that. Never mind. I died. Who cares? Oh, I missed a shitload, Luke, no doubt. I think one of the hip fire shots near the start might have hit him. But I missed everything where I aimed down sight, for sure. I know that for a fact. You guys really hate the walls of that building. It is what it is. That was not good, but it's too early in the morning. I'm right out. To be fair, actually, in the event on Sunday, I played really well. I played pretty well on Monday as well, you know. I've been playing okay. I certainly didn't play well there, but it happens. Yeah, I had the UMP. Dude, you're so right. Never mind the pistol. I had the fucking UMP. With about 15 or 16 bullets in it. The UMP would have been way better there. Yeah, I should have used it.
That was almost as painful as watching Liverpool trying to defend recently Kappa.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll start again, though. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm an afternoon gamer. That's right. A bit like the foosball players, right? When they have the 12:15 game, they say that the 12:30 game on a Saturday is always terrible because they're not used to playing early in the day. It's the same as me, and I can't have a firefight before 2 p.m. It's not going to work, is it? Oh, I don't care. It's all good. You lose fights, you win fights. It's all fine. I don't care. But there was a load of tinkly things going on, and like when he'd fired, it was like many bits of shrapnel were hitting the. It's like they were the shotgun slugs or the shotgun buckshot was dancing around the entire building or something. It's not ideal, but I should have used the UMP. To be honest, I'd completely forgotten I'd got it. It was a bit of an M16 moment for those that saw the M16 moment. I think we'll go a different way this time, rather than... Because from here, I could easily run back to where I just fucking died. I don't want to do that. I think we'll go towards Beringer Island, or Crater Island, whatever it's called. But I'm going to go and do the PD first. To be honest, I didn't fire well. When I saw he had a stab vest on, I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in myself. I really needed to headshot him because a single repeater round to the chest wouldn't do a great deal at all. You know, I definitely should have switched to the UMP. Anyway, win some, you lose some. If you want to watch people win more fights than they lose, watch Toprek. He'll win more of them. I'm not even awake yet, no. Tope's a good dude. I like Tope. I think Tope's pretty relatable as well. I sub to Tope, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure, I know. Am I going to place him with Lottie or Tope? Possibly, yeah. I played with Lottie not so long ago. I haven't played with Tope in a while, but there's no reason for that. I like Tope. I think he still likes me. We still resub and sometimes raid each other and whatnot. It definitely needed the Benny Hill music, that. Yeah, I agree. You got shots off and the dude snuck up on you pondering Sydney Sweeney. We understand. I don't know who Sydney Sweeney is. I really don't. Hang on. Is it? I know that's really bad, but I'm not very good with people's names or caring. Oh, I do know who she is. I've seen her in something or other. What has she been in? Movies and shows. Euphoria, Immaculate, Eden. Why? I haven't seen any, I haven't seen anything she's been in, so that's why I don't know her. Okay, so she's everyone's new Emily Blunt, is she? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of hard to sort of ponder Sydney Sweeney when you don't know who they are. I hear Sydney Sweeney, I'm thinking about some really old show from the UK but set in Australia. You're it, son. November the 1st, okay for holiday merch? Yes, Redline, it'll be fine. I just picked up my phone and there was a text message on it from you, but I haven't looked at it yet, if I'm honest. So if it was that. But November the 1st would be great, because that'll give me time to order it and get it here and make sure it fits for me. Like, people are going to wear them, like, people are going to wear Christmas jumpers to Christmas parties, and they're sometimes 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas, aren't they? So yeah, I think it makes sense to put them out November the 1st for sure. It was a picture of Sydney Sweeney that he had saved. Oh my! By the way, guys, if I start humming a Taylor Swift song, apologies. I went and picked Maggie up on Friday, and then I took her to the zoo yesterday. And when the kids are in the car, I invariably let them choose the music. And I don't hate Taylor Swift or anything, but Maggie absolutely loves about 15 of her songs. And so, we went to Colchester Zoo yesterday, the way there and the way back, I'm listening to Taylor Swift. I've not gone all Americanated, Moose Beans. I don't think so. I'm all about the Brits, don't you worry. Or closet Brits. Don't know what that is. What's the quest on this map? Right now the quest is to not die like an absolute buffoon whilst you've got a repeater in your hands and you've got a UMP in your bag. LA Brits. Tempest, yeah, it was good. It was quite a good day. I think it was a little bit warmer yesterday, so a lot of the animals were out, you know, The only thing that was a little bit frustrating is that the sloth wasn't out, and Maggie's favourite animal is the sloth, so we walked around the whole place. We were there quite a while. We left about 4 p.m, 4:20, and we got there not long after 11 a.m, which is not crazy long, but we've been there a lot. I've took the kids to that zoo a lot, so we can do it in 2 or 3 hours if we wanted to, you know, but we took the best part of 5 hours. But the sloths are right near the end, the route that we normally take, and the sloth wasn't there. It must have been away, I don't know, having its hooks clipped or something. I don't know what they do, but yeah, she was so her favourite animal wasn't there, which is a bit of a shame. Colchester Zoo is really good, Tomty, yeah. I've not got a lot of reference because I went to London Zoo and Twycross Zoo as a kid, but Colchester Zoo is very, very good, yeah. Sloth Nail Salon, yeah. The quest is huge. I think someone's given the answer to the dude that asked the quest. I think they've thankfully Pinksters give you the sensible answer already. We talked about San Diego Zoo earlier, Greaves Dad. I might go one day, but it's the sort of thing I'd rather go with my kids to, right? I wouldn't be going to Colchester Zoo, to be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that I was taking my daughter. It's a good place, but I've seen it, and San Diego Zoo might be the biggest zoo on the planet and all, but I've seen the animals that they have, right? There's polar bears in Suffolk, there's a grizzly bear in Suffolk, there's pretty much all of the animals between Jimmy's Farm and Colchester Zoo, aside from gorillas, but I've seen them before. Most of the others are pretty much covered, you know. It's better than any regular zoo, I know. But if you go to a zoo, you're still going to see the animals, really, aren't you? You know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, for me personally, if I had a strong desire, I'd want to go, I don't know, to Kenya and see them in a nature reserve or in the wild or whatever. I'm not that bothered. I'm not anti-zoos. Like the Colchester Zoo is basically a registered charity, and they have a game reserve in Africa, and they actually do a lot of good. So zoos are not nowadays quite what they were. They have breeding programs, and they can be largely a positive influence on things. It's not a bit like when David Attenborough was a young man, and they just used to go and take animals and put them in cages. You know, it's not quite like that anymore. However, I'm not that bothered. I'd like to go and see the animals in the wild, you know. Not many polar bears in Kenya, that's true, but you wait, you know. Yeah, the Colchester Zoo's got a wolf enclosure, yeah. Oz, thank you very much for the support. Yates, thank you. Bogus Fet, thanks as well. Philip, Big Kev, thank you very much too. Splinter Daisy, Botrops, thanks a lot. You're entitled to your view, Pirate. I think it's much more complex than that nowadays.
Keep on running.
If you go to the Colchester Zoo's website, for example, and read up, they own a nature reserve in Africa, and all of the money that they make from the zoo is ploughed into the nature reserve in Africa, as far as I know. And I'm not saying all are like that, but they do have some usefulness now. And just as a visitor, I remember going as a kid to Colchester Zoo and feeling that it wasn't that great. Like, they had a cheetah, but it was in a very poor enclosure and things like that. And despite the fact that I'm 38, I remember what Colchester Zoo was like in the early 90s. And which is possible, because I was obviously born in 1987. These things check out, you know.
Old America, how do I like it?
I just have a good memory. Now it is very much different to then. You know, the enclosures are way better, and again, you can have a view whatever it wants to be, but there are good sides and bad sides to these things. It's not a conversation that has to be so polarized, you know. While we're on the subject of zoos, who was your favourite Greek god? Aphrodite? Is she even a Greek god? I don't fucking know. Zeus, innit, mate? I like Zeus. She is the best one. Yeah, I thought so. I don't remember doing so much about the Greek gods. I remember doing more about the disciples and all sorts of stuff like that when I was a lad. I guess it was the school I went to, but I'm sure we did it. I just don't remember it so much. On the subject of Greek goddesses, what's your favourite yogurt brand? I don't even know the brand. I have yogurt for breakfast every day. Greek yogurt, right? I don't even know the brand of it. I'm not an observant man. It's in a blue and white. It's in a blue and white tub, and I know exactly where it is on the shelf in Sainsbury's, and I get that every week. It's not whatever that is. That sounds like the sound a pig makes, Tread, but it's not oikos. It's actually Greek style yogurt. It's 5% fat. Anyway, that's what I get. It is Greek yogurt though. It's great if you mix enough stuff in it to take the taste away. I don't have yogurts as in like dessert yogurts with fruit in and stuff. I have Greek yogurt for breakfast with fruit and nuts and chia seeds and creatine. On the subject of gods, are Millwall going up? That would be funny, wouldn't it? Millwall in the Premier League. What colour is your Memory Palace's front door? Yeah, I've got a Memory Palace. It's got a big sign on the front saying closed for redevelopment. Come back in 30 years. Tempest, it's Greek style yogurt, so it's plain, there's no flavour. It's a little bit sour. But it's high in protein, and it's a good way to get nuts and fruit into you, and some protein. And a little bit of fat. I don't get the completely fat-free one, I get 5% fat, because I need to be alive. I used to love Greek yogurt. What, did you have a fallout or something? I did think this morning actually that I'm starting to tip into thinking it's time for a change, but it's really working for the health thing, so I'm probably going to stick with it for a while yet. But I've been having the same breakfast every day since I moved into this house. I haven't had a different breakfast since March the 31st. Millwall to go up and West Ham to go down. Chia seeds are great. If you soak them in water, they turn into jelly. I'm not a very good prepper, so I just make the Greek yogurt breakfast up and put the chia seeds in, and then I wait like 15 minutes and then eat it, and that's fine. You just, even if you wait 15 minutes, they don't expand as much, but they're not as dry. You know, it kind of does the trick. Yeah, if you leave them overnight, they'll turn into frog spawn, like you say, moose beans.
I'm so confused by the exchange radius. Can you help?
You can't even spell it. That's definitely true. You are confused. Yeah, I can definitely help. Creepy Tickler. The exchange rates. Take a running jump off a very short pier, you bad man. take a long run off a short pier. I know what you're doing. Thank you very much, Creepy. That $4.99 is worth plus or minus some money in pounds. Have you seen the movie Tron Ares? I say it's okay or average. I've not seen it, no. I haven't seen the last Tron either. The only one I've seen is the original one. I've not seen the others. I'm not really asked about it, to be honest. I think one Tron movie was enough. I might watch it when it's on the streaming services. How the fuck is that Brad Pitt Formula 1 film not available on stream yet? Like, what the fuck? Like, it came out fucking forever ago. Like, I know it's coming out in December, but Apple are the tightest fuckers, you know? Like they've got one half decent film to share this Christmas. It's on HBO, is it? It's not on Apple yet, because it's an Apple movie, isn't it? So you can watch... We don't get HBO in the UK, so that probably means in the UK it's on Sky. Most of the films that go to HBO go to Sky Movies over here, but you have to pay for that. So it's on Sky, yeah. I have Sky. I have now TV for the shows. Like if you wanted to watch The Sopranos or something, you know, or anything else that's out, pretty much. But I don't have the movies, and I've already got Apple and Amazon and Netflix and fucking Now TV for the. I just don't want another one. Oh yeah, the last episode of Slow Horses is tonight. That should be good. It's been a slow burn this season, but the episodes 4 and 5 were way better, I think. Can you shout out Abby Coleman? It's her birthday. Abby, happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. I'm sure Hydro will spoil you rotten. If you could please stop texting me though, Abby, okay? The answer's no. That bit was not serious. I hope you have a great day. Happy birthday. Apparently you're getting an hour-long foot rub tonight. And then whatever else you want. You're cool. Hi, TheRunningManZ. They make these things that allow you to circumvent region locks for services. I know, dude. I think we might be following someone. Wasted, yeah. I think you can watch it in the UK this morning. I've not had time, but I will watch it later. Have I watched The House of Guinness? No, I haven't. I've not been watching much telly lately. Since I got back from San Diego, I've not seen a lot of telly. Me and Maggie have watched... We watched... partly because Maggie's here, so we watched The Green Mile last night. She's 13. She's never seen The Green Mile. Since the last couple of weeks, we've watched... Interstellar, Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy. Yesterday we watched Green Mile. I think we might watch Shawshank Redemption tonight, maybe. That's the plan. But I'm giving her a bit of a schooling in films. And I took a picture of her actually last night. It's quite sweet. This is quite a sweet story actually, right? But we watched The Green Mile last night, which I think for a 13-year-old, it's not a deep film or anything, but it's relatively slow paced. And she sat there leaning forward on the edge of her seat, like literally leaning forward, like towards the telly, really engaged for the entirety of the film. And then just at the end, when they started strapping up John Coffey for what's to come, she started taking her socks off, she started fidgeting, she stopped watching the film, she started talking to me, she started getting sidetracked. In other words, it was like a defense mechanism for what she knew was coming. It was quite... So I sat there next to her, I've seen the film quite a lot, so I was kind of just keeping an eye on her a little bit. And it was quite interesting to see. Like she was really, really engaged, and then right near the end tried to get herself out of the story a little.
Thank you for the entertainment, my man.
So, okay, I don't think he's going to kill me. He already has a vest. I think we're just going to go to this apartment and see if we can find some shit, and then crack on. But because we watched Green Mile last night and she liked it, I think I might make her watch. Not make her. She wants to watch Shawshank tonight because they just kind of relate quite well. They're both set in prisons. They're both by Stephen King. In some ways, they're similar films. In many ways, they're completely different. But I think it's a good one for her to see tonight. That sounds incredible. I've got a 6-month-old daughter. I already can't wait to show her films like those. Simo, it does change a lot. Something I really thought about yesterday while I was at the zoo, right? I was at the zoo yesterday, obviously, and it's school holidays at the moment, so all the kids are off. That's why I'm taking her, because she's off school. And the place was like a zoo, but not for the animal enclosures, right? It was... I like... having kids is an amazing experience, by the way. I know this is, but there was so many young families out, and the kids were wailing, and they were like, I heard so many times kids moaning that they weren't in the soft play area, that they just wanted to go on the slide. Like they're looking at a fucking tiger and they're moaning that they're not. Like mostly it's parents trying to stop telling their kids off while their kids aren't happy. And I very much enjoyed the fact in the moment as I kind of realised that my kids are 16 and 13 and I ain't got to do that again. And I really enjoyed the time when the kids were young, and I enjoyed taking to the zoo and stuff, but it's a lot more fun taking pretty much a little adult places, for me personally anyway, than it is taking a 3-year-old. Sometimes it's very nice not to have kids. Yeah, I can sort of understand both ways, and I'm glad I've got mine. I'm not trying to talk anyone out, you know, but I'm certainly kind of glad they're a bit older. And I've never really noticed that before. That's the first time I really noticed it was yesterday. Little kids, yeah. What is going on here? I'm going to have to relog. I'm some kind of mega bugged. Yeah, congrats, Limpidus. That's cool. The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas is a good one. I've not actually seen that. No, I think I have. She's seen it anyway. I haven't seen it. She's seen it because she told me all about it. So I should probably get her to make me watch that.
Do you control what adverts you show on your channel? And if so, how did you know I was in need of special underpants for 38-year-olds? The ones for extra leaking.
Mr. Small, I just figured, you know, no, I don't control it. No, Twitch just share whatever they've got. So the adverts aren't targeted to my channel or to you. It's just whatever adverts they've got for the language you speak, if you're lucky. Yeah, she's seen The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas for a school project. They did it at school, so she's seen it and she was telling me all about it. I probably should watch it with her. The thing is, I quite like the whole... she's not seen this and I know it's good and I know she'll like it. So for me, I'm trying to get her to see new stuff, you know, but I'll try and watch it with her at some point. I think I saw somebody asking this question. These apartments on Chernerus are not worth looting in a million years. Most maps they're not, but if you're in Vorkuta on Namalsk, they're worth looting. And if you're on Deerisle, in certain places they can be worth looting too, especially maybe the tall ones like that one. It's a little bit worrying that we've got another repeater, really, isn't it? That nuclear missile film on Netflix is rubbish. To be honest, the description of that nuclear missile film did make me think it would be shit. Good action films with a bit of suspense, you know, are a little bit few and far between these days, aren't they? You know, like a little bit like some of the Jack Ryan films back in the day, like Harrison Ford, or there was even one with Ben Affleck called The Sum of All Fears, right? Films like that are actually good don't come along so often anymore, because that type of film ends up being some dude in underpants flying around the place, and they spend the money on some fucking Marvel bollocks or some DC bollocks instead, don't they? Just simple films. Like there's one about nuclear weapons with George Clooney in it called The Peacemaker. I think Nicole Kidman's in it. It's not the best film ever, but it's pretty decent. They don't make that anymore. That budget would go on. That budget would go on Marvel Phase fucking 97 or something. It's basically all Ish's fault. Doctor Strangelove, and that's a great film, but I do think, not that anything like that has come out in a while, but I do still think some serious films get made. Like, for example, The Brutalist was earlier this year. It was January time. There are some good, like the one that's out with the Paul Anderson film that's out at the moment with One Battle After Another. That's meant to be a stunningly good film. You know, films are getting made, but decent action films seem to be fairly rare. We've had a few. The Equalizer series were okay. The first of The Accountants, this first Accountant is brilliant. The Accountant 2 was nowhere near the same, unfortunately, but The Accountant was good. Jason Bourne as well, they were good, but they feel like they mostly came out pre-Marvel. Do you know what I mean? Like the very later ones, the one with Renner didn't, and the last one with him, but the first three must be mostly pre-Marvel, or just as it was really starting to bloom, you know? Man on Fire was great, long time ago. That's exactly the sort of thing that doesn't seem to get made as much. I haven't seen Man on Fire in a while. That's a very, very, very good film. Quite long, but it's an early one for Denzel Washington as an action film, and it is brilliantly good. I actually want to see One Battle After Another. I'm a little bit annoyed that I haven't been to see it yet. It is meant to be good. And I've got back from... It came out just as I went to San Diego, and I've got back, and then my daughter's here. I can't take her to see it because it's a 15 and she's 13. No, I thought there was another apartment. There is a taller one somewhere, but I think we're just going to call it and go. I'm excited for the Olympics. Yeah. Oh, is it Winter Olympics? I presume it's the Winter Olympics coming up soon, is it? I'm not excited for the Winter Olympics, no. I'll still watch some, but it's not the same for me. It doesn't do it. And the UK, we don't have any real mountains. We don't. There's some Scottish girls that are really, really good at curling, and that's about it. You know, normally we've got like one medal hope in the bobsleigh or the luge or something, and then that's it. You know, if we're lucky, we might get ourselves an Eddie the Eagle. Well, I watched The Running Man. I want to, yeah, I want to. I would like to see it. If I had the choice between that and One Battle After Another tomorrow, I'd rather see One Battle After Another. Children of Men was great. That's more of a dystopian future sci-fi type film, though, isn't it? It's not an act. It's a really good film, though. I haven't seen Children of Men in a good while. I'm quite pleased a few of you are mentioning films. I'll have to keep them logged. In the UK, you can't take a kid to a movie rated over their age. No. I'd expect it to be the same everywhere, but I don't know. But in the UK, if it's rated 15... So you get, like, 12A, which means that they have to be 12 or over, or they can go if accompanied by an adult. So if you had a 9-year-old, you could take your 9-year-old to a 12A, and it's the parents' discretion if they get to see it or not. But if it's rated 15 or 18, then they have to be that age, otherwise they're not allowed to go. It's not parental discretion anymore.
$31 hours. Hee hee.
Is that so? That's crazy. Real, thank you very, very much for the support. I'm not finding a lot, am I? 31's full of sweet distractions. Dude, I know the feeling. Thank you very much for the support. Mr. Small, thank you for the 34 months. I've been distracted for like 9 years, 10 years nearly.
Hope you had a great time in America land. Also motorbikes in Badlands.
That's cool. Yeah, in the US you can go to see it if you're going with a parent. I think I'm not gonna lie, I quite like that. You know, like Maggie, she's 13, but she's seen Stranger Things. We're sitting at home and watching Interstellar and Inception and stuff. You know, like I kind of the idea that I could choose to take her to watch one battle or another seems like a good one to me, because she'd be fine with it if she wanted to see it. You know, like it wouldn't be the scariest thing she's seen. And like when I was 10 or 11, I was watching films like Predator and RoboCop and reading James Herbert and Stephen King and stuff. You know, like I was seeing scarier stuff than one battle after another when I was younger than Maggie, for sure. Monkey, thank you very much for the support. I did have a great time in America Land. I did, Hunty. Thank you. Cheers for the support, dude. Very, very kind. I'm really, really glad I went. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the Badlands little trailer that they posted, which hints at motorbikes, mopeds, and code locks for base building. Is a very, very cool thing. Fuss shot. It sounds like a lot of work when you're recording on film, by the sound of it. Yeah. Money penny, that sucks. You take them in with you and then you leave and then they get kicked out. That would suck. It has occurred to me at times in the past. This is not really right, I guess, but it's occurred to me, like, say I wanted to go to see one battle after another, right? I could buy myself and my daughter a ticket for that film and then buy her a ticket for something else, like, I don't know, My Little Pony or something. And then we could walk in and then just go to see the other film. I think that's a little bit too crafty, / probably I shouldn't do it. I could say that it was proper age, but the one challenge there, Alpats, is that they might call my bluff. You know, I don't know if she looks 15 or not. I've no idea. She just looks like Maggie to me, so I don't know. I don't know how easy that would be. You should watch Boondock Saints. I've had that recommended to me before, by the way. Yeah, I've never seen it yet. It's Italian, isn't it? I might have seen it, actually. I might have. It's set in an American city, isn't it? Boondock Saints. It's not Italian at all. I may have seen it. There's two different things that I've had recommended to me over the time, and I might be confusing the two, but anyway. I think I have seen it. It's a film, right? And yeah, but I think I've seen it. I think I watched it. People were really waxing lyrical about it about a year or so ago. I think I have seen it. There's another Mafia-style series, which I forget the name of, which I think is a TV series that runs. And people were recommending me both, and I watched the film, but not the series. The guy from Walking Dead's in it. On the subject of anyone from Walking Dead, it's so hard to see Daryl Dixon in anything else. I can't remember his real name. It's on the tip of my brain, but I can't. That guy, he's in the film Ballerina, which is in the John Wick universe, right? I watched that on the plane on the way over to San Diego. Norman Reedus, yeah, well done. It's so hard not to see Daryl for some reason. More than anyone else I can think of. If I see Norman Reedus in something, I'm just seeing Daryl. One more closer. Thank you very much, MG. Yeah, we're gradually tickling our way towards 7k on Insta. That's cool. This time next year, I'm going to be an influencer. He's in Boondock Saints. Yeah, I vaguely remember it. Probably because he's a one-dimensional actor, that's fine, but it's the truth. I think it's partly because he has such a distinctive look. There's a lot of actors that are more one-dimensional. There's very few actors that are multifaceted, you know, like there aren't many that... A lot of people are more of an on-screen presence rather than an actor. Even some people that are considered really good actors, you know. I think that's... Not everybody's Daniel Day-Lewis or Anthony Hopkins or something, you know. There's a lot of people that are just fairly much them, but the roles they get suit them. You know, we could just do your NFL picks on Discord. I don't really want to completely take the stream over by it. If I was going to do it as a dedicated thing, I'd rather do it on Instagram, not on the stream. But if I'm playing DayZ, I'd rather do it the way we do it now. I don't really want to start it being a Discord thing, because then it feels like I'm pausing the game, and if something happens... right now I'm streaming DayZ, and when we do the picks, I'm still streaming DayZ. Keanu Reeves is definitely like that. Yeah, that doesn't make him bad. Can't walk and chew gum. I don't want to, is the thing. I actually wouldn't mind the idea of trying to do another Insta at some point, but doing it like dual perspective or whatever. Like, if at one point we'll work that out. I wouldn't mind doing that. But I don't really... I like doing it this way, because I can control when I answer, and it works better, because I could meet someone round this corner. Gamora is the name of the show. Yeah, that's exactly the name of the show that keeps getting recommended to me as well. Yeah, I'm too stubborn, Redline. Why fuck am I hungry? I could have looted this. I don't know if we should loot the military base up the top there. I think I'm just going to slide past it for now and get to the next island. The loot here is normally beyond average, way below average. So I think I'd just rather get across and... Server is shutting down. Must be a mod update. Right, I'm gonna nip for a wee. I'll be back in a sec. I'm back. I should think there has to be a mod update here, so I'm just going to come out and go back in. Would you ever revisit Deadfall? Possibly, Jack. It's not my favourite map, but I've never done the quest, so I probably will at some point. When you go through the thing in Deadfall and all of the AI on the other side and everything, it's all like Jason and the Argonauts, and it is very, very fun. I just, personally, the map doesn't appeal to me as much. It's incredibly cool and atmospheric, but it's just not my favourite map. And I really try not to say that in a way that's negative, because I think it's fucking amazing. I really like the idea of it. Sure enough, I do have a mod update. What is it? Community online tools. Hi Ashley, hope you're well. You better eat before the dentist. Alpha, I think that would be wise, but I'm not going to, dude, because I ain't going to have the time. It would make more sense to eat before the dentist, but if the dentist makes an absolute mess of my mouth and I'm not eating for hours, it'll just be more benefits for the weight loss, I guess, you know. Honestly, it's my first appointment there, so I really don't think they're going to do too much today. I think it's far more likely that they're going to, if they do anything, they'll just put a temporary filling over what gap is there while they book me in for a future appointment. I'd be absolutely staggered if they do anything other than that. You have too much dentist trauma. Well, I haven't been to the dentist in about a year, dude, so I don't really. I had a lot of problems with my old dentist cancelling, and now I've got a new appointment. That's all. My previous dentist cancelled me like 5 times running. Alright, let's carry on this way. Have we even told the story to chat about why you're going to the dentist? I think so. I've been missing about 1/3 of a tooth for 2 weeks anyway, yeah, so that's not great, is it? The night... I mentioned it briefly this morning. Let's face it, next to nobody was in this morning because it's really early. But yeah, I cracked a tooth on eating a nut 7 or 8 years ago, and the repair came away the night before I flew to San Diego, so I've been missing I'm guessing about 1/3 to 1/4 of one of my molars for about 2 weeks. It's fine though, it doesn't hurt, because I think they'd taken out, I don't think it had root canal, but it was obviously, the bit that's come out was the repair, and then there's some more of the filling probably behind it, so it wasn't a crown, but it was like a cap, I guess, that was about 1/3 of a tooth, and it's just gone. Yeah, got into a fight. That's right. Yeah, I'm not telling you really. I didn't do it eating nachos in the hotel before I left. Yeah, I was defending Coach Zed's honour. Good thing you only drank in San Diego and you didn't eat. It was, yeah, the liquid diet's quite good if you're missing a tooth. That's a fair point. I'm actually quite looking forward to getting it sorted, because just to try and be careful, I've been eating everything on the left side because it's on the top right. So I've been eating like on one side only for 2 weeks. It's not exactly a hardship, but it's very easy to forget. You know, like I'd really want to just be nice to get it sorted. I am a little bit. I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about it because it's going to cost me, I guess. But I'm a little bit worried that if the repair, like if it's just the repair that's fallen off, in theory you should be able to re-repair it, right? But if it's decayed a bit more, or if it's not as repairable as it was, I'm a bit worried they're going to say it needs pulling. And having a tooth pulled is annoying, and if it happens, it happens. But I've got one gap in my upper gum, sort of most of the way back on the left. This one's on the other side on the right. If I'm at 2 gaps, at the young age of 38, I'm going to have to get them implanted. I'm not having 2 gaps for... I plan on living at least another, 38, at least another 40 or 50 years, right? Good years, where I'm marathon running. So I'm going to end up having to have a couple of implants, I think. At least one, anyway. The only thing I don't know, there'll be a dental expert in the chat that can guide me here. It definitely can't go wrong, this. But the one that I had taken out was 10 years ago. So if you were tried to do an implant in where your gum has had no tooth for 10 years, I feel like it probably won't work very well. But I have no clue. I've not looked at it at all. I'm not one of those people that investigates. I just go and then I do it. Implants, I think, they are crazy expensive, Magnus. They cost about £2,000 per tooth, I think. That's an approximation, but I think that's about roughly what they cost. It is really expensive. Definitely get 2 implants rather than 1. Your chest would be lopsided. Well, what if you can only afford 1 at a time, you know? €2,500 to €3,000. So yeah, two to £2,500. Then that's kind of roughly what I thought. It's a lot of money, but hopefully you only get it done kind of once. Right, there's a few picnic tables up here, and then we're going to go back that way. Should be doable, but you might need a bone graft first. I don't want no bone grafts. Oh, what is that? I had a scope on my last character, didn't I? It's still okay, but it could have been better. I didn't start shadow play, so I just need to quickly do that before we crack on. Put you there. Implants are good when they work, yeah. I'm sure I've got good bones. My bones are probably fairly good because they've been hidden behind a massive outer layer of protective blubber my whole life. They'll be good, I would imagine.
Thanks for all the years of entertainment, Paul.
Someone's driven that there, they have. P1 Pistola. I died a while ago, Judas. Yeah, it happens, dude. It's all good. Stay Puff, thank you for the membership. Prolly, thank you as well. Bebo, thank you for the 4 months. Cheers for the support. Goodfella, thank you as well. How excited or not excited are you for the new Badlands? I am a lot more excited now after the little teaser they put out yesterday. The IGN trailer, I think it was. The fact that they've included some hints, spoiler alert, but they've included hints for 2 different motorbikes and code locks for bases. It really implies that they're not just bringing out a new map, they're going to move the game forward again, which I think is a really positive thing. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm more excited than I was, for sure. A new map is exciting, but a new map sometime in 2026, that's not so exciting, you know. I know the devs are making it, but it could be 6 months away yet, you know. Like there isn't much you could promise me in 6 months that I'd be excited for, you know. There isn't much. I guess if you told me that I don't know. If there was something really exciting could happen and it would happen in January, I'd probably be looking forward to it right now. But Badlands is just 2026. And so it's so far away, it's hard to know. It could be Easter, it could be June, it could be August. So for now, I'm kind of just happy enough playing as and doing what we're doing. But the fact that there's likely going to be a couple of motorbikes, they're looking at base building, it implies a step change in the game for everything, and that's a really good thing, you know. Yeah, cheers, Pinkster. I've not really seen any of it, but it looked like a fun 5 minutes. Why isn't food coming out in the water? I'm just placing it exactly upside down perfectly, and it's staying there by some kind of magic tension. What if it comes out on the 1st of Jan? Bank holiday, innit? Bank holiday won't come out. No, ain't nobody working on that day. Double time. I think if they were going to release it in Jan, they'd do it more mid-Jan, I'd have thought. But they're not. It's not coming out in Jan anyway. Let's face it. You know, come on. I actually think it'll come out around Easter. They did say in their update, the status update the other day, they released a status update on Twitter and other on their website. They said they don't have a date for Badlands yet, and they're just still working on it. And they talked about 129 and its delay. I don't think the 129 delay is affecting Badlands too much myself at the moment. It's hard to say for sure, but I don't know. I feel like Easter makes sense. I think it'll be out around Easter. Oh, fuck's sake! That is not what we need to see. Your teeth were not good, so you had them pulled and got dentures. Behind me. Yeah, this is not something I've finalised yet, but I have half a mind to try. My teeth aren't bad. My teeth look okay, but I've got a few more fillings that I'd like, and I've got a crown or two that aren't white, which I don't like. It'll cost me a bit of money, but at some point I might look at trying to get my teeth made a bit nicer. You know, like I don't really want to go full Jimmy Carr piano teeth or anything, you know, but I'd like to. I've been putting quite a lot of effort in this year to try and sort my life out and get healthier and whatnot. And I'm not in any way am I trying to suggest I'm the second coming of Brad Pitt or anything, but I thought I heard steps. I might, when I've finally finished all the health stuff, look at maybe getting my teeth made a bit better as well. A mouth's a mouth. Nice callback to the other day. Yeah, I'll be an Instagram model. I definitely don't want to be an Instagram model. Thank you, though. And they're not bad. By British standards, they're okay. I actually don't subscribe to the whole British teeth are terrible thing. It's just an ongoing joke. I think it's okay. I don't mind propagating it either. I don't want to spend crazy money. I had a similar kind of thing in my mid-20s. I lost a lot of weight, and like, if you're a little bit bigger, you care less about your appearance, I shouldn't really talk in generalizations. When I've been a little bit bigger, I tend to care less about my appearance, and so I just am me, and I don't. Whereas once you've kind of got yourself where you feel you nearly want to be, or you are, whatever, like that's when in the past I started wearing fancier clothes and spending more money and caring more about how I looked and whatnot. Because you've put a lot of effort, you're more likely to take some pride in your appearance, perhaps. I don't know. But again, just for me. Doesn't mean everyone's the same. And I guess it's probably a little bit like that, you know, but this time instead of buying fucking Versace t-shirts and I don't know, whatever else I was wearing, Armani this and stupid brand that, I might just get my teeth done instead. It seems like a better idea. I'm like the second coming of Jack Black. If you've got half the personality, you're probably doing okay though, right? Right, over this way there are a couple of summer camp sheds, so we're going to go and have a look at them. There's two. There's another one to the left. I heard the steps of that one. There's another one. I've got to go back. I've got one bullet, and there's definitely more than one player. I heard steps to the left of the house as well as in front of the house. We saw the one in front. He actually looked like he glitched a little bit, but I cannot play with those guys. I have not got the ammo at all. I've got 2 bullets for a P1, 1 bullet for a 1911, 1 bullet for a carbine. I cannot fuck around with them. Second coming of Austin Powers. Well, he did alright, didn't he? He had Elizabeth Hurley. Who else were it? He had Elizabeth... Obviously it's fiction, but Elizabeth Hurley in the first one. It was Beyonce in Goldmember. It was... What? Roller Girl. What was her name? Was it her in the second one? I forget who was in the second one. Heather Graham. It was Roller Girl, yeah. I'm not very good with real people's names. But yeah. So I guess Austin Powers did okay. It's kind of bad that. I can remember Austin Powers 1. I can remember Goldmember. I can't remember 2 at all. Roller Girl, yeah, I definitely can remember Boogie Nights. Julianne Moore. Yeah. Say no more, right? But I definitely remember Boogie Nights anyway. Have I seen The Big Lebowski? Yes. Big Lebowski's good. I saw it ages ago and watched it much more recently and enjoyed it a lot more recently. Liz Hurley was hot until she started dating Billy Ray Cyrus. I didn't know she dated Billy Ray Cyrus. They're together now. Oh, fuck me. That must have been a shotgun. Oh my god, the timing. I don't think that message got me killed. I was trying. I knew they were there, but I had to. Oh fuck! I had to try and loot there because I've come to there to get loot. You know, so it's all good. You definitely didn't get me killed. Fliffy, thank you for the prime. Divinitus, thank you for the prime as well. It's been a really good run on Deerisle. There's 2 main ways you can start going to Alcatraz. I've gone one way and died. I've gone the other way and died. However, in the first one, I missed an absolute shitload of shots and can blame myself. There are ways I could blame myself for that one as well, but I think that one was a bit more of a pain. Oh man, that sucks. I think for the second half of the stream, we might do Churnerus rather than Deerisle. Deerisle and me are not friends today. Who's the... This is such a vague question. Who's the OG man, country and western singer that kind of went global? Billy Ray Cyrus, and there's another one. Like, really big one. I can't remember his fucking name. Yeah, you do that. Garth Brooks, that's exactly who it was. This is like a nothing story, it just reminded me of it. On the way to the airport from my hotel, I stayed at the Thistle Airport to go to San Diego, and the night before, and I got in this driverless pod, and I ended up sharing this driverless pod with this little old lady. She was about late 60s, and we were chatting about where we were going, and she was going somewhere to watch Garth Brooks, I think it was. It might have been Billy Ray Cyrus, but I think it was Garth Brooks. And she's like, yeah, I booked this, I'm going to America to watch him, it's not going to do many more concerts, I'm really, really excited. And I booked the concert tickets and I booked the flights, and then a few days after I'd booked all of that, he announced a UK tour. Poor girl, poor lady. But then we had this conversation. She was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to a TwitchCon, which is a streamer convention, and I'm a YouTuber. And no word of a lie out of her mouth came, you don't look like an average YouTuber. And basically saying you look too fucking old. I got shade for being too old from a retiree going to a Garth Brooks concert. It's like, are you sure? You're not making this up? She gave me shade, she did. Cat. What was also funny was that, like, this driverless pod was kind of a novel thing, right? I've just started an Instagram, and she was getting a phone out and recording it, and she was like, oh, that's cool. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm going to send it to my friend. And I'm sitting there thinking, why the fuck am I not recording it? I could definitely be putting this driverless pod on Instagram. It's actually kind of weird, you know? Like, and obviously I didn't that. Aren't you too old to use the word shade? No. Oh man, that fucking death sucked. The plate, sorry, not the plate, the stab vest did absolutely nothing for me, did it? Nothing. You have to be learning tech tips. Yeah, that's true. Garth Crooks. Oh God, I'd rather listen to Garth Crooks sing than talk about football, to be honest. Garth Crooks. Can you imagine an hour special between Garth Crooks and Michael Owen? There would be some really hot takes in that, wouldn't there? Well, there wouldn't be some. There'd be some stone cold stinkers. Someone should put that on Channel 5. Crooks and Owen. Just imagine it. Garth Crooks and Michael Owen talk about football. I think there's a show in that. You're too young to use shade. No, that's not true. This is the internet. Internet speak. I was typing the same thing. My wife was a long-term fan, and it announced like 5 dates only. I bought the only non-sold out over 700 miles away. Drove while he announced dates 30 minutes from my house. That sucks. So they sold better than they thought, so they put more on. Throwing shade was a term in the 90s. I think that's true as well. I think you're correct, yeah. Josh, you can use that key in you can use that key in the new industrial area north of Sinnerstock. However, you need a punch card as well. I'm glad Martin O'Neill's back at Celtic more Chris. I feel somewhat surprised. He didn't last very long at Forest. I actually really rate Martin O'Neill. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, but Leicester are one of the clubs that I kind of followed a lot because I used to live near Leicester. So Burnley and Leicester are kind of the two teams I keep an eye out. To an extent, Ipswich as well. I don't support them, but they're teams that are fairly close to me, so I always keep an eye on the results. I watched a lot of Leicester play when Michael Owen, fuck me dead, when Martin O'Neill was the manager. And I think he was a really good manager. I think he did well for the Republic of Ireland. He did okay at Aston Villa. He did great at Celtic and Leicester. And he didn't get very long at Forest, and it didn't work out. But he's been out of the game 6 years. I'm staggered given the jobs that go to other people. Maybe he got offered jobs and he just didn't like them, you know. But I feel like he could have done something for someone. He's not become a bad manager, I don't think. Great manager, but media sparkle not so much. I quite like him on the telly myself, but I quite like him. That's the thing. If he's on TalkSport, for example, he's good at saying what he thinks. You know, he doesn't hyperbolize. He doesn't say something for an effect, and he actually will say what he thinks, even if it's something that I don't know, maybe he should try to be more guarded about. He's quite forthright. I quite like that. Martin O'Neill took time out to look after his sick wife. I didn't know that, to be honest. I probably did know it at the time, to be fair. But yeah, it's nice to see him back in football. I've just seen your message about being really confused about the city of Leicester and didn't really get the vibe. I haven't been to Leicester City since I was about 10, so I have no idea myself. I used to live between the ages of about 5 and 10. I lived in a town called Hinckley, which was near, about 10 or 15 miles from Leicester, roughly 15 maybe. But we never really used to go. I don't think Happy Halfling on YouTube is admitting to stream sniping at all. I think Happy Halfling's saying I'm dead and then realising they're behind on the stream because they're watching from further back, as in behind in time, not behind me in the game. There's no drama there, dude. I think it's really cool how streamers are playing zombie games for Halloween. Yeah, that's what I've been doing all year. If I am able to stream on Friday, which is Halloween, I will not be wearing a costume, much to Redline's dismay. But I will play the Halloween Essica server on Friday. That's the plan. So I would like to have a run on Halloween Essica on Friday because it's actually Halloween. Don't see Brendan Rodgers back at Liverpool. There's absolutely no way he'll be back at Liverpool. No. No way at all. I think Brendan Rodgers has come out of the Celtic thing okay though. I think Celtic are the team. The one of the owners has come out absolutely slating him, but he's covering his arse because the fans themselves were on at the owners, and now Rodgers has quit. Because of like not getting the right players in, selling players and not replacing them and whatnot. They're on like damage limitation, aren't they? As a United fan, I hope Rodgers comes back to Liverpool. Yeah, I definitely don't. Is there a lot of trick-or-treating? There is quite a lot, but most people observe the kind of meta, which is you only knock on doors if they've got Halloween decorations out. So I don't know what it'll be like around here. I've not got any Halloween decorations. I live on my own. I'm a grumpy old man. But I think I will try to get a few just in case somebody knocks. But I don't want too many because I don't want to eat any sweets. You know, I'm trying to be healthy. But pretty much by and large, people go around the area where they live, but they only knock on doors if they've got pumpkins out or Halloween like outfits or whatever decorations. Sorry. Like I've done trick or treating with my kids and took them out. Only the ones just before I ended up not living with them anymore, to be honest. So it was a long time ago now. Fuck me, it was 2015 when I took the kids trick or treating. But yeah, you only knock on the doors with the ornaments out. To be the guy that hands out apples, yeah, that would be fun. I've not seen the video, Jerry. If I'm being honest, I love Frankie on PC's videos, but it was a bit more of a modded server than I play. So if I was going to watch a DayZ video, which is quite rare, I'm not so interested in incredibly heavily modded stuff. His videos are amazing. I'm only playing the game because of him, but that kind of level of modding, for me personally, is not where I enjoy DayZ personally, right? So, but I'm very, very glad to see him back on DayZ. I think that's a good thing. And my driveway looks like the entrance to a serial killer mansion. No kid will be near us. But surely if it looks like the entrance to a serial killer mansion at Halloween, it's more likely to entice them. You'll be getting floods of kids coming up going, "Oh, thanks, mister, for making your house look scary." Now give us the candy. Thought I saw something. No, you get worried. Well, if your own house scares you more, Chris, you're having some fun. Was it? I'm thinking Amityville, but what was the one with the scary house? Was it Amityville? I can't remember. You live in there or something? There was a series of films with the fucking scary house. Conjuring was one, but it's an earlier version. It was Amityville. Yeah, I thought it was. I can feel a bullet to the back of my brain here. I really can. We only had Mischief Night when I was a kid. They didn't do it, did they not, Pinkster? Blimey. We never had Mischief Night. Every night was Mischief night round these parts. Dark Unforgiven, thank you for the 18 months. Alexos Fictional Chips, thank you too. You had like 300 plus trick-or-treaters last year. Fuck that. Once the doorbell's rung once or twice, I think I'd just be turning all the lights off and hiding. Amityville horror happened in my estate. My friend's mum was friends with the warden. The Warrens, sorry, not the Wardens. With the Warden. Any chance of any loot? I'd like the Mormons when the Mormons come around. And that's the first time this has happened. I had since I've moved into the house on I think Saturday morning. It was Saturday morning, far too early, about 9:30. I had Jehovah's Witnesses knock on the door. I was polite enough. I'm never horrible to people, but it was a bit like, imagine working all week and then get woken up on your Saturday morning lying by Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, that I can't think of much. Thankfully I was already awake, but if I'd been on a lie-in and been woken up, I think I'd be a bit frustrated. You know, I think if you're gonna do that, make it after 11 AM or don't fucking bother, especially at the weekend. Hobbies witness. You had Hobbies witnesses, did you? Did you see the video of the person who dressed their dog up as a giant spider outfit? Just opened the door to the trick or treaters and the spider dog bounded out after the kids. I didn't, but it sounds good. Oh shit! Right. I'm afraid, guys, I've got to stop. I've got to go to the dentist. I was toying with the idea of carrying the stream on, but I think I'm just going to restart because I've no idea how long I'm going to be. I might be a bit too long. So 3.5 hours is about what I thought I could do. However, unless they do something like pull my tooth unexpectedly, I am going to be back in about 2 hours. So my plan is to go to the dentist, and then when I get back, I'm going to have something for lunch because it's 2:30. I'm not had any lunch yet, but I'll have lunch/dinner when I get back from the dentist, and then I'll hopefully be on again. I think I'm going to do Chernarus though. Deerisle has been fucking terrible this morning, hasn't it? I think we might have a different map this afternoon. I'll probably carry on this live having said that, but I think I'm going to do Chernarus. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming in. I will be back again shortly. Let's see if the love you bye works now in the normal way. Love you bye. Still doesn't work. I can't do my normal. It just doesn't. I can't do the bye. Love you bye. See, it doesn't work. Can I get my voice insured? Anyway, enough of that. All right, I'll see you soon. Love you bye.